All right, we're hot.
You are the barbecue boss, the sultan of spatula. And upon the first bite of Whataburger's barbecue bacon burger, you think, hey, I can make this. Your barbecue sauce might not be as smoky, and you probably wouldn't put both smoked cheddar and Monterey Jack on it. And you... Wait, is that bacon? Good thing there's room for more than one poobah of the pit. Good thing there's the limited time barbecue bacon burger at Whataburger.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 7th season of Birmingham Bulls hockey. Glad you could be with us. If you are, if not, spread the word. We are now on the air for the rest of the evening. Jody Chernesky here to bring you the action, along with former Bulls goaltender Greg Drevity once again. And Greg, to bridge over from last season to this season, I'm not sure at the point in time I realized it, but last year when the season ended for us in Roanoke, Virginia, we were just 2 overtime games, 2 overtime goals, 2 shifts, 2 shots, whatever you want to call it, away from something we've never done, and that's win a championship here. This year marks a new season, but it still feels almost to me as if it's a continuation of sort trying to chase that one championship. What's your thoughts going into this season based on how it finished last year?
Well, you know, Jody, it's one of those things where hockey is a game of inches and a game of seconds. And that's exactly what we saw last year to end it. Those 2 overtime losses at the end in Roanoke. Tough to take, but what I liked about it is the Bulls administration in the offseason, Coach Simchuk, Coach Kerr out there pounding the pavement, putting out the word, analyzing what is it that we need to win this thing. And then I think they went out in the offseason and they added some key additions that I'm really looking forward to seeing these guys go here tonight.
Okay, last year, it was so close, but you brought something up there that you and I have spoken about in the offseason. Some key pieces missing off of that team that would have made all the difference in the world. And I'm sure most fans that aren't real close to some of the players or coaches or administration here don't realize that one of the key players we had last year, and we loved the way he played, was Zach Masson. He spent a little time in the East Coast Hockey League, but he brought a little of that sandpaper, that little excitement, that extra step in his shifts, that extra hit. He brought something that the Bulls desperately needed to make differences, not just scoring goals. And I don't want to call him a role player because he was so much more than that. He was kind of like the heartbeat of the team. When he came back from Atlanta, he played with Gwinnett in the East Coast Hockey League. The second game he played here, he was checked behind his own net, and he went down kind of awkwardly, slow, a little slower than normal to get up, skated back to the bench, and everything was fine. Played the rest of the season and the playoffs. To his credit, unbelievably, on that play, he not only tore his ACL, he tore his MCL as well. He played the entire rest of the regular season and the playoffs on a knee with zero stability. And I do remember I even questioned in Roanoke what's happened to Zach Masson. He's not producing like he normally was, and I feel bad about it now simply because not only did he have an excuse, but he still played through this, but yet he couldn't play that regular Zach Masson style of hockey. He's still out. He's rehabbing as we speak. It was that serious of an injury and surgery. But taking that into consideration, what do you think the Bulls have done? What moves have they made to try and shore up that area of the roster that just wasn't there last year?
Well, like you mentioned with Masson, and you know, for all the folks listening at home out there, there's 2 kinds of people in the world. There's people who play hockey, whether it's men's or women's, and then there's hockey players. And what you talked about, that leadership and that heart skill, that's the number one thing that scouts look for at the next level, whether it's NHL, AHL, everybody can skate, everybody can shoot a puck. But who are the guys that when the coach tells them to go out there and skate through a brick wall because that's what the team needs right now? That's a guy like Zach Masson. And he's a hockey player. Staying out, it's important for him to rehab, get healthy, come back. But I think the Bulls need a little bit more Masson last year and a lot more guys and looking at who they've added this year, you talk about those sandpaper guys. And, key things are sandpaper and key things are size and speed. That's what you want to have on a team. The Bulls came out. They added 2 guys this year, one on D and one on forward. We'll be looking to see them tonight. Dylan Peters, he'll be wearing number 2 out there tonight.
And, of course, he just came in today as we speak. Last year to this year, there's 8 different players on this roster that either had a cup of coffee here last year for a game or two, such as McGregor Sinclair, or totally new to this this organization. So that's a big turnover to me. And one thing I have noticed about the Southern Professional Hockey League is that by the end of the year, you've got 2 pages full of players who have stats for you. Rosters change almost daily. So out of these 19 players that we have on this roster, as I said, 8 of them are different than they were last year. Do you see an improvement? Do you see that addition that we needed last year, that toughness, that heart, that sandpaper, that determination, that we're going to make you pay if you go into the corner for a puck? What kind of additions do you see to help us out in that respect?
I do. I see it. And you talk about those key things. You want to talk about a sandpaper guy? You keep your eyes on Keyshawn Gervais, kid out of Saskatchewan, north of Saskatchewan in there. Very young kid, straight out of junior, coming in this year. The guy's 5'8" and 160 pounds. And Jody, I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you that kid is going to be the toughest pound-for-pound kid in the league. And I can't wait to see him go out there tonight and drop the gloves with somebody.
Based on what I saw from him in training camp, as well as what I've seen for him in his past play, I mean, this kid played in major junior hockey in Canada in the Western Hockey League with the with Portland itself, the Winterhawks there. He played over 30 games with that junior club, and the story of how he got to that point, leaving home at the age of 12. I mean, and we'll get into more of that as the season progresses about the hurdles and the issues some of these players faced. This guy's a rookie in professional hockey, and we saw him in warm-ups. He looked like he was shot out of a cannon just for warm-ups. He reminded me, to be honest with you, this is not a fair comparison, but the way he came out for warm-ups reminded me of who we're honoring here tonight, Jerome Bouchard. Jerome Bouchard, if you know who we're talking about, used to come out on warm-ups like his pants were on fire. He skated faster in warm-ups than he did during the game. This kid, Gervais, it was apparent ready to go. He is ready for this game, his first as a professional. And as you said, he can drop the gloves, he can score, he can shoot, and he may be the fastest player on the ice for both teams.
Well, that'll be interesting to see it as we watch guys who've been watching them through the week a little bit in camp and especially in warm-up tonight. What I really, really like about this team is every guy has an X factor. Let's call it that. Either it's blazing speed, they're a grit and sandpaper type player, or there's some guys on this Bull team this year, Jody, that could shoot the puck.
Well, we didn't have a shortage of goals last year. We didn't have a shortage of shots on goal. We had one line to start the year of Carson Rose. As the lights go down, we get set for introductions. Carson Rose, Gillespie, and Jordan Martin really tore the league apart to start the season. Call-ups, injuries, and line change and juggling kind of separated them. Jordan Martin's still not back. He's in the East Coast Hockey League. Michael Gillespie starts the year on the injured reserve. As you can remember in the finals last year, a dirty hit. I don't care what anybody says. In the corner, took him out with a concussion, and he was done for the rest of the finals, and he's still fighting the symptoms today. The only one of that trio that can play will tonight, and that's Rose, Carson Rose. So we need a little help, if you ask me, because we're not full steam ahead yet. We don't have a full complement of players.
Speed, like I said, it's hard to see with these guys coming in. As good as the Bulls were at the end of year last year, like some of this talent that we're seeing, it just, like I said, I just can't get over it. I'm really looking forward to seeing what these guys can actually do when they drop the puck. But Kozarev, he's another guy. So many guys can just be magical out here this year. I think the fans are really in for a treat to come down and watch these guys. And it'll be hard to say because guys are going to go down and I guarantee you from what we've seen here tonight, I wouldn't be surprised if within the first month, a few guys, they're going to try and handpick them from this team. Whether they choose to go up to the coast or not and have a cup of coffee and sit around for a weekend, be an extra guy, hard to say, but I do know that what the Bulls administration is putting together here with all the extras, a lot of the word on the street that I'm hearing is when guys in the coast get released from their teams and stuff, they're looking to come to Birmingham.
That happened a couple of days ago. Craig Simchuk, the Bulls coach, called me and sent a text message with a link to, I won't say his name, it doesn't matter, but a goaltender that wanted to come to Birmingham. To be honest with you, Greg, based on where he's played, based on what he's done, his size, his stats, business in the Southern Professional Hockey League, yet he made it a point to call Craig Simchuk and Coach Kerr as well and say, I want to come. Well, Birmingham's fortunate. We're set in goaltender. There are issues involved with when you just sign somebody just because they're better. They may not be here but for 2 games and you're short 2 goaltenders. That said, as the Bulls come on the ice, we'll take a quick break, play a couple of spots. We'll come back. I want to talk to you about, Greg, about the mentality of this first 2 or 3 games of the season and why it could be a tryout for some of these players that are here tonight that may be gone tomorrow. All right, Jody Chernesky along with Greg Jevany. You're listening to Birmingham Bulls Hockey. Stay with us.
New York, number 9, Ryan Romeo.
You are the barbecue boss, the sultan of spatula. And upon the first bite of Whataburger's barbecue bacon burger, you think, hey, I could make this. Your barbecue sauce might not be as smoky, and you probably wouldn't put both smoked cheddar and Monterey Jack on it. And you... Wait, is that bacon? Good thing there's room for more than one poobah of the pit. Good thing there's the limited time barbecue bacon burger at Whataburger.
All right, welcome back to the Pelham Civic Complex. Bulls are on the ice. Visiting Huntsville Havoc are coming onto the ice now. We're 2 minutes away from opening face-off. And Greg, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about changing rosters. Some of these Bulls that are playing on opening night won't be here in a couple of weeks as players filter from the East Coast Hockey League. Some of them come straight down. What does that do about the mentality if you're a bubble player on the edge? Do you realize this could be a tryout?
Well, I think, Jody, it all depends on what you want to do. Do you want to come down here, win a championship, and then go somewhere to stay, or do you want to just go up and down and be a suitcase?
All right, we'll pause real quick for the playing and singing of our national anthem.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home
tonight's starting lineup for the Birmingham Bulls. On defense, we'll start with newcomer Jeff Solo, who just arrived yesterday in town, along with returning defenseman Ryan Romeo. Up front, Keyshawn Gervais, who we spoke about highly of in the pregame, along with a guy who played 3 games here last year, McGregor Sinclair, along with newcomer that is from Sweden, Buster Larson. It's a heck of a name from Sweden, Buster, but I've been told it's a common name in Sweden, he told me, for a given name. In goal tonight for Birmingham, Hayden Stewart gets the nod. Finished last year with a 12-8-1 record, 2.71 goals against, 905 save percentage, and 3 shutouts for Huntsville. In goal will be Matthew Petizian. Petizian is a rookie, played last year in university at the State University of New York, Geneseo. 14-6-1 was his record there with a 1.89 goals against, 933 save percentage. Defensively, for Huntsville, Brendan Dowler, gets the nod, along with Dominic Procopio. Up front, Cole Reginato, Kyle Clark, and Jamie Bussell. New coach this year for Huntsville as well as DeTulio, longtime head coach for Huntsville, Glenn DeTulio, takes a job in the front office. And as I look for my notes on the new coach Stuart Steffen, first season, but he's been there a while. He played at Huntsville before he had a 7-year stint as assistant coach to Glenn DeTulio, so the familiarity is there for Huntsville. DeTulio moves on to executive GM of the Havoc, and we're just about set to go. Same teams, very close last year. Birmingham finished 7th, Huntsville 3rd, 6 points apart. Puck is dropped, and we're underway for the 23-24 season. Down behind the net is played by Huntsville. Solo, weak shot in front, deflected away by Huntsville's defense. And they'll try and get it through the center ice as they skate away. Bussell has it, right wing side. Solo back defensively. Shot was taken, stayed made. Rebound popped out in front, and they score. That's quickly. The referee was right there. The light did not come on behind the net, but that shot taken by Bussell kind of handcuffed Hayden Stewart. It popped up. You guys on rebound and scored, so just 25 seconds into the game, Huntsville leads 1-0.
Kind of a weird one there with Bussell. Came in, actually got his rebound off his first shot behind the net, and banked it off the side of the net, off the post, hit Stewart in the back, and ended up in the far post.
25 seconds into the game, Huntsville takes a 1-0 lead. Puck in the Bull zone, taken away by McTavish. McTavish has it poked by Kilcheski, comes outside the line, and as the Bulls take it back in, offside is called. Well, that's a heck of a way to start the game there, Greg.
Yeah, real interesting. I wonder if
I still didn't see the replay yet.
might need to give that light a check down there to see if it even works.
Well, I didn't see the puck go in, so I can't fault the goalie judge. But nonetheless, the referee was right there on the goal line, made the call, pointed down immediately. Huntsville up 1-0. Puck loose at center ice. Kolcheski sends it ahead. That's Fisher with a shot whistled by Stewart. Got by him, but it was high and wide. Loose puck in front of the net, skated away by the Bulls. McTavish has a whack at it, comes free for Birmingham's Dylan Johnson, who played here a little last year, 38 games, 30 points before he was left off the playoff roster. I'm sure he's eager to get back on the ice for Birmingham. Wholesale line changes on the way. Birmingham's Rose sends it ahead for Glover. It's poked off of his stick, loose at the blue line, still being fought for there. Carson Rose and Kozarev, but Glover comes out with it, banks one off the far boards, and they'll try and get the puck in the corner. Kozarev has it for Birmingham. Back at the point, Kolatarsi's shot whistles wide. Rebound comes along the near boards. Carter does a good job keeping it in. Now Glover takes a bad angle shot off the goaltender. Puck bounces behind the net, and Huntsville clears. Back to get it, Chase Carter. Carter loses the puck. Colthorpe had it taken away from him by the Bulls. Now Glover has it, taps it free to center ice. And Fitzgerald, Colin Fitzgerald will take it for Huntsville. Puck deflected into the Bull zone near corner as Huntsville changes lines. Chase Carter picks it up for Birmingham. Carter skates away. Far side pass, Birmingham in the zone. In front there's Gervais with a shot, goes high and wide. Rebound off the glass, picked up by Huntsville's Bussell, who scored the game-opening goal. Puck loose in the corner. Ryan Romeo for Birmingham tries to poke it free. Larson there as well behind the net. Kyle Clark had it bounce off his stick for Huntsville. Played in the corner now. McGregor Sinclair for Birmingham. He didn't get a chance to play it. Loose along the near boards. Poke free. Now Gervais gets away from Durrell. Gervais with a shot. Save made by Petizian. Quick skates there by Gervais. Kept in the zone by Romeo. A shot goes wide. Now Solo with a shot. Glove save made by Petizian, but Birmingham trying to get it going there. You can see a lot of quickness out on the ice for Birmingham. Just couldn't find the net.
Well, I tell you what, Jody, what I really like about that exchange right there for the Bulls all the way back about 45 seconds there, starting with Kozurov in the corner, threw it up to Kolatarsi on the back end, shot, and the Bulls are double stacking screens in front of the Huntsville goaltender, and that's great to see early.
Off the draw, Huntsville controls in the near corner. Up the boards, it's played for Henderson. He tries to get it in the Bulls zone. Dylan Johnson, we'll talk about him in a few minutes, has it. Poke free for Matt Wiesner. Wiesner sends it into the Bulls zone. Had to check Wiesner. He's got a new number this year. He's 54. Now it's played along the near boards. Henderson backhands one over. Fisher banks it off the four boards. Peters there for Birmingham. He'll backhand to pass out, and quickly here comes Birmingham's Matt Wiesner. He has Johnson with him. Wiesner with the puck. Takes a shot. Smothered there by Petizian, and he holds on to it. Quick Birmingham, I see right off the bat, a lot quicker than last year, but Petizian for a rookie looks kind of, he's solid. He doesn't seem to be phased at all by a professional game.
Coming in, making some big saves in there, standing in net. And I tell you what, even from his first shift to his second shift, Peters is learning quickly with the speed that the Bulls have up front. Don't try and skate it. You're 6'6". Move it up and let the little guys go.
Off the draw, puck played in the far corner. Fitzgerald has it. Dangerous backhand pass. Briley almost intercepted it. Puck comes free, and Peters for Birmingham. Dylan Peters in front of his own net. He'll play it for Briley. Along the near boards. Puts the brakes on. Sends it far side for Peters. Sends it into the near corner, and Glover will give chase. Played by Fitzgerald, far corner for Huntsville. Long pass through center ice. Misses everyone. Puck comes free. Kolatarsi has it behind his net. He'll stop and wait for help. 15:40 to go, first period. Huntsville leading 1-0. Puck played off of Rose at center ice. Goes the length of the ice, no icing. Fitzgerald will pick it up there for Huntsville. Kozarev tries to poke it free, can't do it. Fitzgerald still brings the puck. Sends it to the Bulls zone. Intercepted momentarily by Birmingham's Gervais. He loses it off his stick. Huntsville can't control. Now Gervais has it. He backhands one to himself. Gervais, shot save made by Petizian. Puck loose along the near boards. Stick gets up on Larson. No call made. Puck bounced out. Free to center ice. Joey Kolatarsi has it for Birmingham. Far side for Carter. Larson tips it to himself into the corner. Puck still loose. Being fought for there. Behind the net is played. Banks it off the center ice, boys, straight down behind Stewart, and icing will be called. A Huntsville faceoff will come back in the Huntsville zone. 14:53 to go, first period. 5 shots for Birmingham, 1 for Huntsville, but that one counted, and they lead 1-0.
Well, it's one of those things where you talk about the flow of the game and offensive zone pressure and how much time you're getting in that O zone. The Bulls are really taking it to Huntsville right now. They're doing a great job, and this is one thing we talked about the success last year. That same thing about getting it low behind the goal line against the backboards, and you're seeing these guys come in. Larson comes in, finishes his hit. Gervais comes down. Puck moves, he finishes his hit. These guys are making the Huntsville defensemen pay, hitting them down below the goal line, finishing their checks, and that's what's creating these turnovers for the Bulls as they maintain puck possession down low.
One thing I've noticed, a couple of things that is, I've noticed early on is seemingly a good goaltender they have in Huntsville with Petizian, but the quickness of the Bulls, not just for one player, but it seems to be a little different, a little better than it is this year, it was last year. Hopefully it'll pay off. Birmingham is controlling the play right now, but Huntsville leads on the scoreboard. Wiesner wins the draw. Solo for Birmingham has this shot blocked. And back into the Bulls zone. The puck is played by Romeo. Wiesner tips it in, but Procopio takes it away from him. Loose puck now. In the neutral zone, Jeff Solo banks it behind the net. Procopio hit by Donahue, intercepted by the Bulls. Now it's played along the near side for Elkstam. Phil Elkstam along with his brother Doug. New additions to the Huntsville Havoc. Played at center ice. Kyle Clark taps one in. He'll go after the puck himself. Solo as well. Picked up by the Bulls. Long far side pass for Donahue. He's stopped by Procopio. Puck free behind the net. Huntsville plays it. Thompson had it bounce off his stick. Regains control. Thompson, who was just added to the roster yesterday for Huntsville, brings it into the Bull zone. A nice play by Peters. Stands him up and takes him down. Loose puck now played by the Bulls behind the net. Peters. He'll skate with it along the near side boards. Dylan Peters drops it, but it came back across the blue line. Offside is called on the Bulls.
Yeah, and that was unfortunate there. You saw Donahue streaking down the far side with speed, gained the zone to Huntsville, and Procopio, number 2, is actually wearing the C for Huntsville this year, so that's a new change. But came in, turned him out, boxed him out, got the stick up on the back of his helmet, popped his helmet off, pushing him up against the boards, and unfortunately Donahue has to leave the ice when the helmet comes off there. So yeah. I think he could have had him beat and made something happen for the Bulls.
Back to action. Peters taps one to Rose, who puts it into the far corner. Kolcheski plays it for Huntsville. Centered a pass, trying to get it out, blocked away. He'll regain possession behind the net for Huntsville ahead for Doug Elkstam. He'll send it to center ice. Peters misses his check, but luckily had the puck play right to him. Now Birmingham gains the zone. Glover had it. Now Rose spins, turns, blocked away by the Huntsville defense. Now it's played along the blue line by Carter. Carter will keep it in. Carter loses it through at the blue line as it was poked away from him by Jake Fuss. Birmingham has to regain control, but they can't, and another offside is called. Greg, I don't know if you've noticed it or not. I'm old school. I don't mind being called the man that sits on his porch and says, get off my lawn, but I can't stand the way these uniforms look on these referees and linesmen. What the heck did they do? Go to somebody in Hollywood to design this? Look at this.
I was going to ask you about that earlier, Jody, but I was just waiting for you to make a comment.
Oh my gosh, it's horrible. Horrible. All right, Chase Carter taps one in the zone along the near corners, played by Huntsville. Procopio there. Bounces away from him, centering pass through the slot, gets by everyone. Puck bounces back in to the Bull zone where Stewart will play it himself. Gives it to Colatarsi, returns one for Chase Carter. He'll wait to set the play up there. Has McGregor Sinclair with him. Gives it to Sinclair. Roussel and Gervais up. Gervais was a little ahead of the play offside. I know what he was trying to do. He almost made it pay off. He's trying to get behind the Huntsville defense. He's very quick, very small, and diminutive. It almost worked, but offside's the call.
I'm telling you, coming across a blue line like that, for Gervais to hold the blue line and still make up that much space across, for a guy who's 5'8", he's got a wingspan of a guy who's about 6'5".
Face off in the Bull zone to the right of goaltender Hayden Stewart. 1-0 Huntsville to score early. 12 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first period. Donahue brings it into the Huntsville zone along the near face-off circle. Behind the net, he circles, puts the brakes on. Dylan Johnson there with him. Johnson waiting for it. Donahue still with control of the puck. He's hit on the play. Huntsville gets control of the puck. Elkstam there with it, and he'll skate through center ice. Romeo picks the puck up for Birmingham. Ahead through center ice, bounces off of a couple of sticks. Controlled there still, being fought for. Huntsville backhands one into the Bulls zone. And the puck comes free back to center ice. Colthorpe sends one in for Huntsville. Jeff Solo behind the net with him fighting for it. Romeo there as well. Puck bounces free, but Glover for Birmingham, another new addition, takes it and sends one out to center ice. Linesman goes down as Kozarev accidentally hit him. Now Romeo loses his edge. Loose puck played behind the net. Drake Glover for Birmingham had it. Fuss tried to poke it away from him, does, but Birmingham will get control in their own zone. Dylan Peters with the puck along the near side. Looks for Kozarev. Wasn't waiting on it, didn't expect the pass. Loose puck now kept in by Huntsville, plays it behind the net. Kyle Clark has it. Romeo and Peters on him. Clark comes over to the puck, sets it up for Fitzgerald. And Lowe's played Elkstam. Got a nice pass, turned, fired. Stewart was there with a save, and the puck is cleared by the Bulls. Derek Pearl had it, dropped it back for Fitzgerald. Along now for Reginato in front of the Bulls bench. Not one of the favorite players that Huntsville has for Birmingham, Cole Reginato. Colatarsi there, taken down by Reginato, no call. That was a miss one there as Birmingham does get control. Larson had it, tried to set it up for Sinclair. Now loose puck, Gervais goes down. Sinclair has it, backhands a weak one, bounced off of a Huntsville defenseman, harmlessly behind the net, played. Reginato ahead for Elkstown, who gives it up for Jamie Bussell behind the net, wrapped around the boards, near side, picked up by the Bulls, and cleared for Larson. Larson tries to set it up for Colatarsi, does, and Colatarsi will send it into the Huntsville zone, played by Petizian. Loose puck behind the net, being fought for there. Bussell loses it. Birmingham came out with a chance of backhander there by McTavish. Didn't get through. Carter with a shot blocked in front. Now the puck is cleared back into center ice. McTavish leaves it for Colatarsi. Ahead for Dylan Johnson. Johnson has it, taken away from him by Robbie Fisher. Reisner has it, trying to get a backhander out, intercepted by Huntsville, and they'll skate it away and lift it into the Bull zone. Under 10 minutes to go, first period, Huntsville with a 1-0 lead. Loose puck through center ice, picked up by McTavish, a shot wide of Petizian. Puck bounces all the way back to center ice, where Henderson has it. Henderson gives it up for Fuss, backhands one into the near corner. Three Bulls back defensively. Colethorpe there along with Fuss fighting for it, but it bounces free for Birmingham, and we'll send it out through center ice now. Behind the pass, that is, pass was behind Glover. Made it all the way into the Huntsville zone, so icing is called.
I noticed, Jody, you mentioned Reginato got out there. First shift that I've seen him out there about halfway through the first period. And coming out, too questionable right off the hop.
Right.
He's out there, you know, you've got your disturbers on your team and stuff like that. But against our guys who aren't typically going to go out there and drop the gloves, the skill guys, the stick comes up and everything. But if you noticed, as he was coming back around towards his bench, Gervais was down there right beside him, and Reginato held his stick that time as opposed to the other two times coming down the ice. And I'm like, maybe he did his homework on that guy.
Exactly. You know that there's something brewing there. There was something brewing there before the game started, to be honest with you. Huntsville released a video just of a one-punch knockout that Reginato had during a preseason game from a guy who wasn't expecting the punch, or he would have defended himself properly. But they released that, and when you release something like that and show it on social media, you know everybody's going to see it. So anybody on the Bulls who saw that is kind of shaking their head saying, okay, good play tonight. Let's see how tough you really are. Something's going to happen is what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. You can feel it is brewing out there. Like I said, we had a lot of physicality tonight, a lot of speed, and that'll definitely top it off here for this home crowd. Good crowd tonight.
Opening night here in Birmingham, or in Pelham. 1-0 Huntsville leads. Behind the net is played. Elkstam, Doug with the puck. Taken away by Carson Rose. Kocheski then takes it from him and sends it into the Bull zone, and Birmingham will set the play behind their own net. Near side pass. Solo for Kozarev. Sends one deep into the zone. He'll get chase. Kocheski catches up with the puck first. Loses it to Rose. A shot! That one whistled high. He had that far corner marked, but it just didn't make the play, or didn't make the corner. It went high and wide. Big scoring chance there for Carson Rose. Puck is lifted into the zone. Gloved by Petizian. He'll drop it and play it behind his net for Doran. Kocheski gives it right back to Doran. 8 minutes to go, first period. Matt Doran sends one in. As soon as he crosses the center ice stripe, Stewart stops it, saves it, Gives it to Tarsi. He loses the puck as it's played now by Elkstown. The other brother, Phil, at for Fitzgerald. A shot save is made. Loose puck in the slot, picked up by Huntsville. They can't get the shot off. Fitzgerald will keep it alive. Back for Derek Pearl. Pearl, a wrister, deflects wide of Stewart. Along the near side board, McGregor Sinclair fighting for it. It comes free for Clark. He whiffs as the stick was lifted. Huntsville will have to regroup and get out of the Bull zone. They'll send it right back in. Huntsville taking the play to Birmingham right now in their own zone. Fitzgerald gives it to Clark. In front, Fitzgerald, a shot. Save made by Stewart. It bounces high in the corner. Giveaway there by Birmingham almost resulted in a goal. Now puck is played in the Bull zone by Huntsville, who's taking it to Birmingham. Now a shot taken there at the point by Dowler. Goes wide. Loose puck picked up by Birmingham's Chase Carter. He'll skate it out himself. Carter skating quickly. Drops it back for Carson Rose. Absorbs the hit. Back for Carter. Wraparound shot. Save made. Loose puck picked up by Huntsville. And here we go the other way. Roussel along the near boards. Can't get past Glover. Glover picks the loose puck up for Birmingham along the near boards. Lifts it to center ice where it's picked up by Procopio. And they'll send it right back into the Bull zone. Taylor Briley, haven't called his name a lot here to start the period. He has the puck, loses it. In front, played for Colethorpe. Here's a weak shot, never made it through. But a good scoring chance by Huntsville goes by the wayside. They'll pick the loose puck up there. Fuss gives it ahead to Doug Elkstown. Elkstown has it taken away from him by Peters. Briley picks the loose puck up. And Birmingham will start the play now. McGregor Sinclair, no one with him, so he'll have to just send it into the zone and go chase. Puck played behind the net. Matt Dorn has it. He drops it back for nobody. No player was there. Colethorpe will go back for Huntsville and pick it up himself. Loses it momentarily. Larson had a shot but couldn't get the stick on the puck. And Huntsville clears. Now Fuss loses the puck. McGregor Sinclair. He's been all over the ice so far for Birmingham now. Wraps one around the board. Solo pinches in. Keeps it alive. Now Larson. Buster Larson plays it for Birmingham. Centering pass. Right on the stick of Colin Fitzgerald. They can't clear at that point, but now do. Birmingham has to wait to clear the zone themselves as McTavish was in. Huntsville has control. Kilcheski circles back in front of his own net. Wiesner on him. Puck bounces off of Clark right to Dylan Johnson, who takes the hit, but he sends it deep into the zone. Played by Petesian. Fitzgerald almost lost it right at the corner of his net, but Huntsville clears. Kyle Clark sends it near corner. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go. First period. Huntsville with a 1-0 lead over the Bulls. Ryan Romeo wraps one around the boards. Near side, Dylan Johnson can't hold it in, but Glover does for Birmingham. Drake Glover has it. Gets by one defenseman, but is poked away from him by goaltender Petesian. Birmingham still with control of the puck. Romeo cross-size pass. Glover off the side of the net. Now Romeo has it just outside the faceoff dot. Back for Glover. Shot goes wide. Glover's stick exploded on that shot. May have had something to do with the accuracy of the shot or lack of accuracy. He goes to get another one. Derek Pearl with it for Huntsville. Sends one deep into the Bull zone. Around the boards near side. Played by the Havoc. Henderson in front. Bussell easily sticked aside by Stewart in front. Bussell with deflection off the pass. Goes wide. Huntsville with the puck near side. Gervais takes it away from Henderson. He'll skate quickly. Look out. Procopio's back on his heels. Gervais a shot. Leaves in front. It stays out somehow, but wow. That one right there, Gervais made all himself. He got behind the defense of Procopio. They have no answer for that quickness, but just credit rookie goaltender Petesian was right there, Reg, made the save.
How did that not go in, Jody? That's the third time Gervais has came down that left side and picked that top hand blocker side corner. Hit it right up there, and that time he beat him. And as much as that first one from Hayden Stewart was a goal that they called on that first shot, I swear that one was just as close. And I heard about the instant replay for the SPHL, and We could have used it twice tonight because I'd like to see that one more
I
time.
would love to see the one that Huntsville did score. I'm not saying they didn't, but because the referee was right there and made the call. But that right there, Petizian reached back like it was the last shot of the season, trying to keep it out of the net. I don't know that he did or not. Rose was right there in front too. He just could not get a stick on the puck. And Huntsville retains that 1-0 lead. Birmingham with 8 shots on goal at this point, but up until the last 3 or 4 minutes, Birmingham had control play. Huntsville kept the puck in the Bull zone, but that play by Gervais, wow, Keyshawn Gervais showed his quickness. And I said I thought he would be the quickest player on the ice tonight, and so far he's proven me right.
Absolutely, and that's one thing, Jody, for the Bulls. You see the success they have when they go north and south in the neutral zone. No more east and west.
Off the draw, Sinclair wins. Taylor Briley with the puck for Larson. Buster Larson, a shot save made by Petizian, and a good one. Off a real high rising wrister by Buster Larson. Birmingham tries to get control of the puck in the zone. They do. That's Larson with it. Drives it back for Briley. His shot was deflected by Doug Elkstam, and back comes Huntsville. Colthorpe gives it up for Elkstam. Backhander through the crease wide. Kept alive by Procopio. His shot save made by Stewart. And the puck bounces all the way back. Here comes Gervais again. Along that left wing side. Tries to drag it around the defense. Couldn't do it. Loses the puck. McTavish tried to pick it up. He was knocked off the play, and Doug Elkstam will skate away for Huntsville. 2 minutes 20 seconds to go, first period. Puck bounces off the board. A penalty is going to be called on the play, and this was going to be an interference call, and it's going to come against the Bulls.
Man, I'm not a big fan of neutral zone interference calls, Jody, for all this stuff.
One off the boards, back down the ice. Line change for penalty killers for Birmingham. Dylan Johnson along with Chase Carter, Joey Colatarsi, and Matt Wiesner to kill the penalty for Birmingham. Huntsville gains control of the puck in the Bull zone, wraps it around near side for Clark, returns it behind the net, played by Jake Fuss. Carter on him, so he'll drop it back behind the net as played along the far boards. Kilcheski has it. Below the face-off circle, it's played back for Fuss. Down low. Played by the Huntsville Havoc. Back for Kilcheski. Wrister from the blue line. Blocked by Wiesner. Never made it through. Colatarsi was there first. He's knocked off the play. Loose puck. Hasn't been cleared as of yet, but Colatarsi gets it and banks one off the ice, or off the glass down the ice. 1 minute left in the first period. 34 seconds remaining in the power play for Huntsville. Sinclair, Gervais, Taylor Briley, and Dylan Peters killing the penalty for the Bulls. Doug Elkstam for Huntsville brings in the Bull zone. Colthorpe there with him, but it comes back to the point for Pearl. Cross-ice pass for Broussel. Down low, Huntsville plays it. Back for Derek Pearl. Fakes a slap shot. Over for Elkstam, who makes the shot off that one-timing pass, but it was a weak shot. Stewart got it easily and held on.
Yeah, another weird kind of shot there off the side of the net. They're just kind of bouncing off. I don't know if the nets are strung a little tighter this year or something's a little bit different on the look of that net down there. But anyways, nonetheless, I will say on that kill down there, Colatarsi did a great job. Had the puck on the wall, got pressured by 2 Huntsville players. Broussel caught him in the back, still recovered, came down, made a great dump.
8 seconds remaining on the power play. Birmingham clears the zone. As McTavish comes back on the ice, Birmingham clears the penalty. Petizian clears it himself along the far board. We're down to 20 seconds to go in the period. Carter with a nice check there on Elkstam. Makes him cough the puck up. Now a stuck stick of Carson Rose explodes. McTavish has it. We're down to 8 seconds to go. Brings it into the zone. Poked away from him. Colthorpe picks it up for Huntsville, who has it. And they'll just let this one skate out the end of the period. At center ice, Huntsville on a strange goal as we have some pushing and shoving. Colthorpe for Huntsville. And Drake Glover for Birmingham, a new addition. Something must have happened to end that shift. Drake Glover's not known for fisticuffs, but he went straight to Colthorpe. He didn't like what happened, but they'll skate away. Cooler Heads will prevail at least for the time being. But we've got 40 more minutes of hockey to go, and what you said is true. It's been a really entertaining first period.
Absolutely. You can see the Bulls, how much success they have when they go north and south, get the puck deep. They use that forecheck. They finish with checks down low, and Huntsville had no answer for that for the first 10 minutes. Bulls were all over them in the O-zone. Then they came up through the middle, and for whatever reason, just changed it up a little bit and started trying to go east and west and make some pretty plays. Hockey's not a pretty game. It's about speed, moving the puck north and south. Great job on the Bulls there on the penalty kill. I know Kersey and Simmer have been working on the systems. That was a big part. No scrimmages in camp. They get right into the hard stuff early. See the 1-3 out there. Huntsville had no answer for it. Coming back, shifting from a diamond to a box. Those are great systems for being in the first period of first game of the year, Jody.
Well, you'll have to explain to some of the listeners when we come back the difference between a diamond and a box on the kill. I mean, we understand what it is, but when you're listening, unless you're watching, it's kind of hard to visualize that. But anyway, Birmingham outshoots Huntsville 10-8 to start the hockey game at the end of one period of play on a goal by Jamie Bussell. And a weird one at that, 25 seconds into the game, Huntsville takes a 1-0 lead that they'll take into the locker room. And I believe we're set for a real entertaining second period of play. I think the bodies are going to start flying. The more physicality will come into play. We see how quick Birmingham is, and I've been very impressed not only with Gervais. We knew he was quick coming in, and we had a feeling Nikita Kozarev would be as well, but there's one player who stood out to me, was involved and played very well, and that's McGregor Sinclair. I really didn't know what to expect from him, but I was pleased to see the way how he played.
Well, and you see some different things out of different players, and that's where people have different strengths. And I'll tell you, I was real impressed by some of the defensive plays that Glover made in our own zone.
I agree.
And then it makes sense because when the penalty kill comes out, you saw that he was one of the two forwards that Simmer and Kersey put out there and had him out there. So there you go. Everybody's got a different role.
As we sit here tonight, there's a special presentation going on to what arguably for a lot of people is one of their favorites, if not the fan favorite Birmingham hockey has ever had, and that's an old guy from the 90s, early 90s. I started in 1992 with his hockey team, and he did as well. Jerome Bouchard is being honored. His jersey is the first and only jersey number to ever be retired, as a presentation is being made right now for how people used to know him as Jerome Stay Out of My Yard Bouchard. This guy quickly became a fan favorite. Snaggletooth, no teeth up front, shot out of a rocket to start warm-ups, and before you know it, he dropped the gloves within 5 minutes of the first game he ever played in Birmingham. Long hair flying, and he didn't lose many fights, and that endured him, not only then, but forever in Birmingham hockey. Birmingham is a crazy town when it comes to hockey. We've had Hall of Famers play in this town, but yet the ones who are not afraid to go into the corner, come out with the puck, lose their teeth, and fight on the way, that's who Birmingham was, and that's who Jerome Bouchard was.
And for the fans who can't see the video screen here at the Pelham Civic Center, Jody, what I saw on there on a couple of those clips is exactly why Bouchard is a fan favorite and a legend in Birmingham. Is with those clips, he spent time with the kids.
Yes, he did.
He spent time with the kids. He'd sign every autograph. He wouldn't leave there until every fan was happy to leave. And that is what the fans remember, and especially when you have that family atmosphere like Birmingham has down here. That's why Bouchard is the king of the crop and is honored with the first bobblehead night tonight.
I was PR director of public relations, director of media relations at the time in 1992 and so forth before I became involved in hockey operations. But it wasn't anything for Jerome to say, okay, where do I need to go now? I remember him coming, schools were his favorite place to go. It didn't matter where, it didn't matter how long. He enjoyed those moments he got to spend in school. I never understood that until I got a little older. And I realized that it's just as important what you do outside the building as what you do inside the building. He knew that well in advance of anyone else.
Absolutely, I agree with that 100%.
Okay, while they're making the presentation, I would actually like to sit and watch the rest of this video and watch the banner drop and watch Jerome and listen to what he's got to say. Let's take a break and let me reminisce and let me remember what I was like 30 years ago. At the end of one period of play to open up this season, opening night in Birmingham, Huntsville takes a 1-0 lead after one. Jody Trudisky here along with Greg Dreveny. You're listening to Birmingham Bulls Hockey.
You are the barbecue boss, the sultan of spatula. And upon the first bite of Whataburger's barbecue bacon burger, you think, hey, I could make this. Your barbecue sauce might not be as smoky, and you probably wouldn't put both smoked cheddar and Monterey Jack on.
All right, we're going to let you listen as Jerome Bouchard comes on the ice. Hopefully this will come through for the listeners as the fans are giving him a standing ovation. He stands at center ice with the mic.
Yeah, that'll even get me up.
Yeah.
Get me up for this one, Jody.
You're unlike me. I stand up the entire game. You're relaxed. I guess that's that goaltender mentality. But let's hear what Jerome has to say. As they unveil the banner in the rafters, the first one, Jerome Bouchard's jersey retired.
Wow. What an honor. Back in, I guess, what was the year, 92, 93? God brought me into this community. Got to thank him first because he brought me here first. My beautiful wife is here, Rhonda. Got to thank her. My two daughters, Alex was born here. Kylie wasn't, but I don't know where she is, but thank you, honey. Like to thank, there's a lot of people, and I didn't write anything down, but you know, the first Bulls that were here, the 70s guys, the Phil Robertos, the John Gee Legacies, Bilodeau, all those guys, they started it and gave me something to build on. I would remiss to not mention Mr. Art Clarkson with the vision of bringing here. He helped us. He helped me and my wife out tremendously. Phil Roberto, like my dad, the guys that played, I know Ian Hebert's here, Craig Lutz, Kevin Kerr, all those guys, but very fortunate to be in a place, do a thing that I love to do, and whether that was getting my butt kicked or kicking ass sometimes, maybe. Why I did it, it was selfless. It was for the organization. It was for my teammates so we could go out and win. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Life is not all about me. It's all about everybody else around us. And that's what I try to do as a hockey player, make everybody around me better. So for that, Bulls organization, Joe, Randy, all the owners, thank you so much for this special night. Fans, thank you guys. Without you guys, we can't be here. And just thanks, and if I have time, I'll come around and say hello to everybody. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Jerome Bouchard, everyone. It's been a long time, 30 years since he donned the uniform and dropped the gloves, and that's what he did, and he did it well. And the fans loved him and loved him for what he did. And as they unveiled the banner, it did bring a little bit of memories back to him, Greg. I mean, you weren't far behind, Jerome. You were just a couple of years after he played here when a change in the regime took place with the switching head coaches. Jerome moved on and others moved in, and life goes on, so to speak, but you don't forget it.
Well, and you can see just for as big and tough as he was, Jody, and we talked about it a little bit before, but you see the size of the heart on the guy, and it's evidence out there standing on the red carpet, you know, and the guy's tearing up just from
exactly.
the fans cheering and looking around, and I'm telling you, he's feeling reminiscent and having the same flashbacks that we're sitting here having.
It can be emotional.
And it is, but it's a testament to him. You know, great job mentioning all the key players with, you know, that were there before, the administration, the owners, and Joe and Art Clarkson, and, you know, hitting on his wife and kids. I mean, that's just a class act right there, and boom, boom, Bashard.
If you notice, and I did, I don't know if you did, during that intermission when Jerome came on the ice, everybody was in their seats standing up, but everybody was here wanting to see and listen to him. I looked behind me, there were maybe 2 people behind me. They were all ice officials doing their job. Everybody else wanted to hear what he had to say. That's the respect he garnered in this town. He still has to this day, 30 years later.
Well, and what an honor for number 16 to be hanging up in the rafters finally, and it's always one of those things that we always talked about is, you know, when's the day coming, who's going to be the first one? And like I said, great selection there, number 16 being the first one to hang. And, you know, I could think of a couple of other ones that will be coming down the pipe soon, and we're not going to throw it out there.
No, we don't have to. People that are hockey fans in this town know who we're talking about. One of my best friends I've ever had will be the second one.
And that's what I was just about to say. But you think about those guys that come in and just make a difference in the community, and, you know, they give when they're here, and then when they're gone, they find a way to come back and give back to the community and, you know, stay a part of Bulls hockey forever.
Well, I didn't intend on keeping it with you and me in here as long as we did. We have another about 6 minutes to go before we start the second period of play as they're resurfacing the ice now. But don't let me forget, I do want to talk to you about one thing when it comes to hockey players in this town, young and old. And that's how many of them come to Birmingham to play and wind up never leaving. You're one of those examples. So let's take a break. We'll come back with a few minutes to go before the opening face-off. Stay with us. Jody Chernesky here, along with Greg Dreveny. You're listening to Birmingham Bulls hockey. At the end of one period of play, Huntsville leads Birmingham by a score of 1-0. Stay with us, everyone.
This is a shout out to the professional tailgaters, game day grillers, and potluck pros. Whether you bake it, smoke it, stack it, or melt it, there's nothing more important than how you cook up your team spirit while serving it with an ice-cold Coca-Cola, Coke Zero Sugar, or Coke Light. We may not all agree on the best game day foods, but when you serve your meals with a Coke, you know you've got yourself a winner. Enjoy an ice-cold Coca-Cola at the Birmingham Bulls game. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling.
You are the barbecue boss, the sultan of spatula. And upon the first bite of Whataburger's barbecue bacon burger, you think, hey, I could make this. Your barbecue sauce might not be as smoky, and you probably wouldn't put both smoked cheddar and Monterey Jack on it. And you... Wait, is that bacon? Good thing there's room for more than one poobah of the pit. Good thing there's the limited-time barbecue bacon burger at Whataburger.
It's the classic dilemma at Whataburger. You pick up your patty melt with 2 fresh all-beef patties, melted Monterey Jack cheese, grilled onions, and creamy pepper sauce, and just when you're about to dig into Whataburger's take on this all-time classic, someone utters the dreaded words.
Can I have a bite?
Should you? Shouldn't you? Maybe you just take a big bite so you don't have to answer. Good thing that dilemma's over. Good thing there's the patty melt at Whataburger.
Jody Chernesky here along with Greg Dreveny. In between the first and second period, Huntsville with a 1-0 lead. 2.5 minutes to go before we drop the puck on the second period. And Greg, your first impressions of what you saw, and is it just, it didn't feel like two teams were feeling each other out like it usually does. It felt like they were going after it from the start. What's your thoughts?
Well, Jody, I tell you what, for the first game of the year, I would say that the Bulls in that period, aside from a couple of neutral zone east and westers there that took us a few minutes to get back puck control in our own zone, the Bulls reminded me of how they looked after Christmas. And I'm telling you, everything was quick, it was fluent, they were making good decisions with the puck, getting it deep, using their speed, and I tell you what, to be this far along, this quick in the season, tells you that there are good things ahead for the Birmingham Bulls in 23-24.
I told you who I was impressed with, at least I enjoyed watching, or like what I saw in the first period for Birmingham. But I have to tell you, Matt Petizian, the rookie goaltender for Huntsville's proven he's belonging in this league, at least for 20 minutes he has.
Well, he has. And I tell you what, some of those shots that he stopped high blocker, I mean, those are great saves for a rookie to come out of his net, maintain his composure, keep a good angle. And like Gervais, he's got a heck of a shot coming down that left side down there. And even Carson Rose was the only one that I thought outside of the one that bobbled in behind him. But Rose had him beat when he intercepted that pass in the neutral zone, and he just put it over the crossbar off the glass. But that was the only time through the whole period that I saw him look like he was kind of out of position or caught off guard.
You mentioned earlier, too, about age of the team and youngness and oldness. At what point, I mean, let's just take goaltender, for instance. We talked about Petizian, Matt Petizian, the rookie goaltender for Huntsville. Birmingham's had the same netminders for a couple of seasons here. Hayden Stewart in net for Birmingham's almost 30 years old. I mean, you love these guys. They've won a lot of hockey games for you in Birmingham. But at what point do you start thinking, maybe I should start looking for other younger players? You got to keep building. You can't hold on to players forever. I mean, you hate to say it, but it's true.
Well, it's one of those things, though, that, you know, it's a different hockey world that we live in, Jody. And you look at a goaltender like Ed Belfour that broke into the NHL when he was 28 years old, and then coming back when he was 28, and then he still had a 10-year career in the NHL. Yeah. So, you know, it's just a different world. Guys stay in great shape, and that's right.
All right, back to action we go. Puck is dropped. We're underway here in the second period as Huntsville gains control. Procopio sends it into the Bull zone. Jeff Solo for Birmingham tries to backhand it to Romeo. He's knocked off the play. Puck comes free all the way into center ice. Dorn picks it up for Huntsville. It's tapped off of Elkstam, Phil Elkstam's stick that is, and Birmingham. Romeo had it. He's knocked off the play. Puck is loose behind the net, played for Solo, and Birmingham skates away through center ice. Big Buster Larson, the big Swede, brings it in. Off the stick of Colin McGregor in front, comes along the near boards, kept alive by the Bulls. Brierly with a shot wristed, Denver made it through. Puck played along the far boards, Huntsville will skate away with it. Down into the Bulls zone, Dowler plays it. Birmingham has it there. Taylor Brierly with it. Lifts one out through center ice. It's gloved by Kilcheski, drops it in. Birmingham's Peters now has it. Center ice pass for Dylan Johnson off his stick, bounces into the Huntsville zone where it's played by Kilcheski. Doran tries to get it out, Big Peters. Dylan Peters keeps it in the zone momentarily, now it's loose in front. Shot taken there. Birmingham has it again, Peters' shot goes wide. Donahue had a great chance in front, Greg, but it just didn't get through. Now it's picked up by Huntsville along the far boards, clears the zone, Birmingham has to as well. Now Kilcheski has it for Doran. He's hit by McTavish. Loose puck. Picked up by the Bulls in front. Whiffed on the shot. There in front was Donahue. And the puck comes all the way back into center ice. Kilcheski hammers it back in. Birmingham will change lines. Long head-manning pass ahead for Doug Elkstam. Elkstam loses it as Kolatarsi has it. He banks one off the boards high into the air. Drops down at center ice. Loose. Played there by the Bulls Glover. He'll drop it back on defense. Kozarev has it for Birmingham. Skates through center ice. Nikita Kozarev for Carter. Wasn't expecting the pass. Bounce off his stick. Comes free. Kozarev in front. Glover with a shot off that centering pass by Kozarev. Save made. Now loose. Picked up by Huntsville and they'll skate away. Colthorpe can't get around Kolatarsi. Chase Carter plays it. Now it's loose along the near boards. Birmingham has it. It's Kolatarsi. Sends it ahead for Glover and he'll backhand one in as Birmingham's on the line change. Derek Pearl picks it up for Huntsville. Banks one off the boards, intercepted there by Birmingham. Penalty coming up, going to be a trip. And this one's going to come against Huntsville's Colin Colthorpe.
Yeah, Colthorpe there got caught in the neutral zone, not moving his feet. And he didn't have much.
Carter Colthorpe, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Carter Colthorpe didn't have much of a choice there. Just the Bulls were going to be gone. He just got a stick out there, hooked him down, and they'll serve to him. We'll see what the Bulls have to bring here on this power play.
First power play of the year for Birmingham. Huntsville had one in the first period. Birmingham killed it. And here we go. Let's see what the Bulls power play looks like. We know they're quicker. Romeo has it just inside the blue line. Gives it for Wiesner, and his pass cross ice is deflected into the stands and out of play by Robbie Fisher of Huntsville. I don't know, Greg, a cross ice pass just to start the power play in your own zone, that's kind of dangerous, is it not?
Don Cherry hockey, right, Jody?
No
back
kidding.
in the day. There's no saucer passes in hockey. It's a 5-on-4. You stick to the open lanes, hit the seams, and make it happen that way.
Off the draw, Romeo has it. He'll give it up for Wiesner. Plays it low from McGregor, and he rips one around the boards, loses it. Huntsville skates away, 2-on-1. In front, looking was Kyle Clark for Fisher. Didn't connect. Birmingham goes away with it now. Colin McGregor. Far side, picked up by Larson. The big Swede has it, puts the brakes on, has Brierly at the point, sends it down low. Back for Brierly. Taylor Brierly for Wiesner. Been on the ice the entire power play so far. In front, deflected by Scott Donahue. Save made. Donahue picks the rebound up, tries to keep control. Birmingham does. McGregor Sinclair had it. Poked away from him. Birmingham will have to exit the zone. A minute to go on the power play. 16:24 remaining. Second period of play. Huntsville with a 1-0 lead over the Birmingham Bulls. Power play set up. Taylor Brierly skates away. Drops it back for Kozarev. Nikita Kozarev gains the zone. Far side. Wraps around the boards. Dylan Johnson is there for Birmingham. Leaves it for Brierly. On the boards, Kozarev lost his edge. Had control of the puck. Doran wraps it around the boards. Tries to get it out and does. Off the stick of Carson Rhodes. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Taylor Brierly will skate away. Has Bussell on him giving chase. Brierly drops it off. Now far near side pass for Kozarev. Drops it back at the point for Rose. Return. Kozarev in front. Now Rose has it. Down low, Kozarev. We're down to 10 seconds left in the power play. Still no shots. In front, Kozarev whiffed on it. Thorne takes it, wraps it around the boards, and clears, and that'll do it for the power play for Birmingham. We're back at 4 and even strength. Kozarev has it, bounce off his stick, but has control, loses it. Taken away from him by Derek Pearl. Played behind the net. Along the near boards, Huntsville still has it. That's Reginato with it, curls in the corner, and he lifts one high into center ice. Colthorpe just out of the box, tries to get away from Chase Carter, can't do it. Carter pokes it away from him along the boards. Wiesner has it, gives it up, full steam ahead. Here comes Gervais. Gervais loses it, poked away from him. Huntsville clears the puck just out of the reach of Chase Carter and played back in to the Huntsville zone. Well, they'll maintain control there. Dangerous pass there, controlled by Huntsville. As Carter Colthorpe gives it for Doug Elkstam. Back to Colthorpe. Can't get past Kolatarsi. Puck comes free far side. Still loose. Picked up by Jake Fuss. Carter on him. Now Joey Kolatarsi for Birmingham. Sends it for McTavish. Can't get it out. Kept alive by Huntsville. Chase Carter wraps it around the boards. Looking for escape for Keyshawn Gervais does. Backhands 1-4. McTavish into the Huntsville zone. In front, deflected by Wiesner. Save made by Petizian. Back comes Huntsville the other way. Doug Elkstam. Can't get away from Solo, Birmingham. Dylan Johnson intercepting. Here comes McGregor Sinclair. A lot of ice time for Sinclair. Johnson with a shot smothered by Petizian in his midsection, and he'll hold on and slow things down for a faceoff.
Good chances there by the Bulls. Petizian was there and up to the task again, and you can see Jody. That last save coming across, kicking his right leg out there. That was a huge save and a great opportunity for the Bulls. Well executed, but he was just there, made the save. But going back down here to Gervais and the blue line, that whole play started and the Bulls had that great scoring opportunity because the kid's willing to get the puck on the blue line, take the hit from Dowler coming in on him. He gets pinned against the glass, pulls it through his feet to his other Bulls coming through the neutral zone, and that's what it takes to win hockey games. You got to be willing to pay the price.
As you look down, both teams are on a media break now. Usually you come over and get a drink of water, splash your face and hair with water. Matt Petizian, the rookie goaltender, took a knee right in the slot and hasn't moved. Now they get back up. I found it odd that they would start a rookie goaltender against an in-state rival and a big rival like Birmingham, but now I see why.
Well, it's one of those things, Jody. The only way you know what you have with a rookie is you got to put him in the net.
Well, they have to be pleased with what they've seen so far. Birmingham out-shooting Huntsville 14-8. But trailing the game 1-0. 13:47 to go. Second period. Off the draw, Birmingham sends one in. It's played along the near side by Reginato. Reginato tried to get it away from Donnie. He does. Sent around the boards from the far side for Procopio. Long pass ahead. Gets past everyone. Right on Stewart. He'll play it for Romeo dangerously. It almost was taken away from him by Reginato. On the far boards, McGregor Sinclair goes down. Jeff Solo for Birmingham there as well. Puck comes free for Solo. Far corner. Spins, turns, looks for an outlet. Gets it ahead looking for Donnie who had it. But a nice play there defensively by Huntsville. Keeps that pass. It could have been a 2-on-1 for Birmingham. Dowler intercepts it, sends one in, but offside's the call.
Yeah, you saw Huntsville there deep in their zone looking for that stretch through the middle. Just wasn't quite there, and the puck came all the way down on Stewie there. And in that scenario where your D are, they're both crashing, they've got a guy on their heels, and like that, if I'm the goalie, I just want to cover that puck and slow the game down.
Off the draw, Birmingham controls. Peters for Birmingham. Dylan Peters gives it for Carson Rose. Poked away from him by Kilcheski, and as he brings it in, it's offside on Birmingham.
And, looking back at the power play, Jody, the power play is a little bit tricky because it's not really the set lines that guys have been practicing in practice with. Usually they run in sets of 3, and it's 5 different guys thrown together. What I saw there, the new guys trying to get the puck to the returning Bulls a little bit too much.
Birmingham sends one in deep. Behind that is played by Kilcheski of Huntsville. Peters for Birmingham keeps it just inside the blue line. He backhands one over for Kozarev. We'll play it for Glover. Glover still with it, down low, looking for a place to go. Sends one out in front. Rose was there, couldn't deflect it in. Now Petizian sprawled out, face down, covers it up, and holds on.
And the Bulls have the right idea because that's what it's going to take. If you can't score on a goalie with good shots from the outside that are actually very good shots throughout the entire first period, you get that puck down low, you throw the puck in on him, make him sprawl out, try and get acrobatic and make some saves, and then you just got to outstick him in front of the net and keep banging away at it till one of them goes in.
You know, last year we saw that with 7 seconds to go in a game in Roanoke. Birmingham kept the game alive. We're just throwing the puck on the net and we score. Sometimes that's what you got to do to break the ice. Off the draw, Huntsville has it behind their own net. Huntsville skates away. Sends one deep into the Bulls zone, just wide of goaltender Hayden Stewart, played by the Bulls. As Peters there, he loses the puck to Jake Fuss, centering pass blocked by the Bulls defense. He spins and turns though. Shot deflected wide and coach. That's Riley tries to get away. Free can't do it. He's caught up with, but keeps the puck in, taken away from him, and back comes Huntsville the other way. Colethorpe. Carter Colethorpe brings it in, but offside is the call. As Huntsville's Doug Elgstown was in ahead of the play. Birmingham's Barley had a chance, but just didn't have the speed to get clear.
Well, and keep in mind, Jody, Brierly back there, he was on defense, so for him to get that far down the ice and be the first forechecker in on the puck is a great effort. That's what we like to see.
Off the draw, Birmingham controls. Kulatarsi plays it far side. Chase Carter tips one through center ice. It made it into the Huntsville zone right back out. Played behind the net by Petizian. Colin Fitzgerald behind Petizian, waits for an outlet. Still with the puck, the defenseman waits. Kyle Clark there as well. Back into the play now comes Phil Elkstown. He'll take the puck away from Fitzgerald and skate away. Phil Elkstown has a brother Doug playing as well. Elkstown sends one deep. Kulatarsi tried to send it around the boards. It got off his stick, loses it. Kyle Clark wraparound save made by Stewart. That's a tough save he was in position for and made it. Good play by Hayden Stewart as the puck comes all the way down in the Huntsville zone. Icing is called.
And that's it with Hayden Stewart there. Did a great job. Bulls a little bit of miscommunication there behind the net. Tried to do a D-to-D reverse there. Kulatarsi just got tangled up with a Huntsville player. Popped out to this side. Very dangerous play there. Hayden Stewart played it well. Melted down against his post. Kept his pad on the ice and made a big save.
Off the draw, Birmingham controls, but Huntsville takes it away. They lose it. Buster Larson has the puck. Sinclair wraps one off the far boards. Down low it'll go. McGregor Sinclair giving chase. Procopio picks it up for Huntsville, though, and he'll send it back to center ice, where Chase Carter is there. Carter has it taken away by Henderson, but he takes it right back. Cooley and Conley. Chase Carter skates into the Huntsville zone. Sends a centering pass looking for Donahue. Never made it through. Carter should have shot that one there. But he looked for Donahue, didn't make it. Now, Fisher with the puck. He couldn't get the shot off, goes harmlessly through the crease. Behind the net, Henderson lets it go, played there by Huntsville. Henderson now has it, looking for Jake Fuss. It bounces over him. Birmingham, they hustle, 3-on-2. Donahue with the puck. Donahue checked there, though, by Dowler. And Johnson has to fight to keep it alive. Can't do it. Back comes Jake Fuss for Huntsville. Romeo back defensively on him, pokes it away. Solo for Birmingham. Jeff Solo, a newly acquired defenseman, ahead for Dylan Johnson. Johnson, he's hit on the play by Carter Colethorpe. Puck loose along the far boards, comes free. Huntsville will clear. Colethorpe with it. 2D back for Birmingham as Solo checks checks Colethorpe out of the way. Loose puck along the near side. Now Glover absorbs the hit by Doug Elkstown. Carson Rose for Birmingham has it. He gives it up. Solo with a blast score! Just inside the blue line. Jeff Solo just lets it rip, and it beat Matt Petizian up high. I'm not sure if it was deflected right off the shot, but it got above his shoulder, and Birmingham ties the game.
Jody, that was nothing more than a laser beam. And we talked about it in warm-up. I said, these guys can shoot the puck. and I don't think they've been doing enough of that right there. Get across the blue line. Let's not be fancy. Let's shoot the puck, and especially these big guys, Peterson, Larson, shoot the puck, get it in on net, and that's how big things happen. Now we'll see what Petizian is made of. Now that we've scored one, we'll see how the rookie holds up.
Good shot there. It's like Wayne Gretzky said, 100% of the shots you never take won't be goals. Shoot the puck, young man. Shoot the puck. Solo did at 10:24 the second period. Ties the game for the Bulls. Let's see what that does to this game. It's been very good up to this point. Taylor Barley now for Birmingham. Sends one deep into the zone. Petizian couldn't catch up. It comes along the near side. McTavish checks his man out of the way. Peters has it now. Risk one. Bounces in front. Wide. In front played. McTavish had a shot. Just past him. Now at that point, Peters should have shot it. He didn't. Look for a pass. And back comes Huntsville Fitzgerald. Drops it back for Elkstam. Save made by Hayden Stewart. Now the loose puck. Picked up there by Bulls. Matt Wiesner. And he backhands one clear into center ice into the Huntsville zone. Up and down into an action. Really good action right now. Birmingham has the puck. Peters has it bounce off his stick. Jamie Bussell has it. Bussell comes in, cuts in front. Backhand goes just past Hayden Stewart. Along the near boards, the Bulls play it. Dylan Peters banks one off the side. Gervais has it. He loses it though as he's checked off the play. Puck free at center ice. Dowler has it. He takes a check there, but still gets it in deep for Stewart, who will play it for Dylan Peters. Cross-ice pass. Here comes Keyshawn Gervais. He'll wrap one deep. Off the back of the net, played by Procopio. And Dominic Procopio skates away through center ice. Drops it for Doug Elkstam. Taken away by Carter. Ahead for Birmingham, Carson Rose. Rose cuts in front. Backhand save made, and a beauty by Petizian. Rose had a golden opportunity there, but Petizian answered the call. Now Sinclair for Birmingham. Right back to Carson Rose. A shot banks off of a Huntsville defenseman. Never made it through. And back comes the Havoc. Coleford had it. Puck comes free as it's poked away. Stewart covers it up. Says enough. Let's take a face-off.
Good job there by Hayden Stewart, corralling that one in with all the traffic breaking in on him. But you know what, Jody? Heck of a save there by Petizian, but I really like that look from Carson Rose there, coming in, driving wide with speed on the defense, and then cutting back in. And, you know, that was just a great save. But I tell you what, I like that look of Carson Rose a lot more than just coming in and trying to take a good, hard, bad angle shot.
Let's be honest, Carson Rose has been in this league a while. He's scored goals. He's made plays on the assist. He's set up goals. I like to see that aggressiveness right there. 8 times out of 10, he's going to score. But Petizian just was right there with him, made the save. If that happens again, Carson Rose scores.
Well, and you talk about even the difference I've noticed in Carson Rose tonight. You talk about, you know, the veteran guys returning and the stage they set for the young guys. And, I mean, Carson Rose last year, great offensive player, but, you know, where the question mark came in with him was his effort on defense and coming back. I'm telling you, I've seen him 3 or 4 times tonight in the first half of the game. He's coming back, and he's the first back checker coming back with speed, looking to pick up guys in his defensive zone, and that's what it takes to win these kind of hockey games.
Carson Rose, native of Surrey, BC. You know who else is from Surrey, BC?
Who's that?
Former Leafs Bob Rouse and Gary Nyland, as well as current goaltender for Pittsburgh, Tristan Jerry. Surrey, BC, a hockey hotbed.
Who about Bert Henderson?
I don't remember. See, he was in Birmingham after I left. But you're right. Birmingham with control of the puck. Far side, a shot. Never made it through. A weak one goes wide. Now Solo for Birmingham. Good job pitching in. Keeps the puck alive. Birmingham's throwing their weight around now. As even Carson Road comes free for Kozarev. Looking out in front. Romeo shot. Save made. Rebound loose. Picked up there by Fuss for Huntsville. He'll drop it. And a penalty coming up. Whistle blows. I didn't see exactly what happened. Maybe they're just blowing it because Petizian lost his helmet.
I don't know. Romeo there behind the net. I would think at least holding the stick or something for deterring him from getting away from those back boards, getting back in front. But we'll see what they call here.
I don't think they're going to call anything. I don't see the doors or the referee skating to the penalty box. I think he just blew it dead because the goaltender, Petizian, had lost his helmet. But you know what? I don't really recall ever seeing a whistle being blown at that point.
No.
Oh, well. Off the draw in the Huntsville zone. Being fought for there comes free. Fitzgerald has it. He's hit by Donahue, and they take the net out with it, so another faceoff will come up.
Yeah, that's odd. I wonder if Romeo, when he was being held down there coming out, if he didn't knock the net off, maybe that right post.
Yeah.
Pegs look a little different today. I don't know if they put in the blue ones or not.
I don't know. You mentioned that. I really don't know, but that came off relatively easy.
It did.
So something is different for sure. Now face off to the left side of Matt Petizian, controlled by the Bulls. Dylan Peters, wrist one, looking for a deflection, goes wide. Phil Oakstam sends it near side for Derek Pearl. Banks one off the boards. Peters with a good job keeping it in. The whistle blows. Now Peters and Reginato pushing and shoving along with Scott Donahue. Remember, Reginato is the one where they have a little problem with in Birmingham. He's laughing at somebody. He's having a discussion with Scott Donahue. I'm not sure what they're saying, but you would know more than I. I don't think they're talking about the best place to get a hamburger in Pelham.
Well, I'm sure he's asking them about, Taco Back across the street. I hear you guys have great apartments this year, that kind of stuff.
They're still jawing with each other, but 6:35 to go here in the second period. The score tied at 1. Face-off just outside of the Huntsville blue line.
And I tell you what, Jody, while we're sitting here, Petizian down there, he's really coming out aggressive outside of his paint.
And that could hurt him, or then it could pay off. We'll see what happens. He's definitely not staying inside that and parking himself in the net. So off the draw, Reginato has it. He'll skate through center ice. Peters eyes him. Won't let him get through. Good to have big size defenseman. Peters at 6'6" back there. It's going to take some work to get past him. Birmingham brings the puck into the Huntsville zone with Donahue. Circles behind the net. Looks for a place to go. Bounces away. Gives it up there. McTavish has it. McTavish circles. Spins. Shot. Save. May rebound loose. By Johnson. He bangs at it, but it comes right down. And Petizian bounces on the puck. Another good scoring opportunity for Birmingham just by putting the puck in the net, or on the net.
And that's exactly what we've been talking about, getting the puck down low, putting it down. Petizian really reminds me, Jody, back in the day, Alan Bester from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Little guy, but he was quick. He covered a lot of net. And that's the thing. If you can get him down in tight and keep banging away at it, what opportunity to put it up and over and get it over when he's on the goal line.
You know what I remember about Alan Bester? He never won a cup from my Maple Leafs. That's what I remember about Alan Bester. A lot of goalies. Anyway, back to play we come. Huntsville with the puck in their own zone trying to get it out. And they do as Henderson has it. He's hit by Kolatarsi, whose puck picked up by Fisher, dropped back out of the zone. Huntsville will have to regroup and clear the Birmingham zone. 5:30 to go here in the second period. Bulls and Huntsville tied at 1. Now Larson backs into Procopio. Birmingham Gervais has it. Gets around to the fence. Shot save made by Procopio. Gervais. Now we got some pushing each other. This Fisher. He's going to go now. Another one is Larson has teamed up. McGregor, Sinclair, and Fisher banging away right and right. Now both go down. Procopio and Larson, Buster Larson behind the net as well. They're going right there by Procopio now left. Come on, Buster. Buster can't break his arms free. Procopio's got him tied up. Now I think they're both done. Couple of shots there. Now Procopio back, just patted him on the head and said, good job, and the same way with Buster Larson. You don't see that often, but that's exactly what happened.
Well, I've been in those situations, Jody, and what Procopio did there, he knew if Buster Larson would have got out there and he had at least that 6'6" range on him, he did not want to be on the end of that, so he held him up tight.
Wow. Procopio is messed up. He's going back to the locker room, and I mean, he is leaking all over the place. When I say leaking, I'm not exaggerating, folks. You can't even see his mouth for the blood. I don't know how that happened because I didn't see a punch land by Larson. Did I miss something?
See what we can see here on the replay. Less than when they were holding each other against the glass there. See we see something right there. He's fine. Oh, they went to the other angle.
They went away with the other fight. We missed what happened. Maybe we can see it at this angle if you're watching. on Flow Sports. If you're not and you're just listening, a couple of fights there on the same play behind the Huntsville net. One ended up a nice one on the far side. Now Larson and Buster Larson, that is, in Procopio, right directly behind the net.
Oh, he did get it.
And he did get a right and a left in. That is Larson, and I believe that's what got Procopio. Now, at the end of that fight, they kind of congratulated each other, as in, good job, good fight. Patted each other on the back of the head and went to the benches.
And sometimes, Jody, some guys are just, bleed a little bit easier than others. And, some guys you can punch in the face 3 or 4 times and, they get a little bump. But looks like you just caught him right on the button on the end of the nose, and it just kind of exploded the Halloween blood all over the place.
And number 39, McGregor Sinclair, 5 minutes for fighting.
Looks like, or sounds like, everyone gets a 5-minute major for fighting. 14:37 of the second period, the first fights of the season for Birmingham.
And, I like that call there by the referees, because both of those, you had 2 fights at the same stoppage of play, but they really both broke out at the same time, one in the corner and one behind the net. Guys battling hard, and you know what? I'm good with that. It's when you get, the third one coming in, and then it just carries on and carries on. That's usually when guys will get tagged with the extra 10s and stuff like that.
Once again, I'm sure Coach Kerr and Craig Simchuk has got to be pleased with the way McGregor Sinclair has played tonight. He only played in 3 games for Birmingham last year, and basically went home. I talked to McGregor Sinclair during the media days. The kid only has 4 classes to go before he graduates from Wisconsin Superior. So, I actually encourage him to go back and do whatever it takes to do that, no matter how long it takes. But he's came to play tonight. He's been all over the place, defensively especially, and now with the fights. McGregor Sinclair along with Buster Larson for Birmingham. Robbie Fisher and Dominic Procopio for Huntsville all get 5 minutes for fighting at 14:37 of the second period, and we're back to action. Carter drops it back for Glover. Glover should have shot and didn't. He tried to set it up for Kozarev. Huntsville will get control of the puck. Intercepted by Chase Carter. Gives it to Kozarev. Near face-off circle, Kozarev banks one off the boards down low for Glover, who has it. Far boards. Drake Glover leaves it for Carson Rose. Will rip one around the near side, comes looking for it there for Birmingham, but Kilcheski takes it for Huntsville. He loses it. Centering pass, Rose, a shot, glove save by Petizian. I'm not sure that would have made it in, but still a nice shot and a better save there, Greg.
Well, it looked real good, and Rose did get a hold of that one, but I think you're right. It was just carrying maybe a little bit high and outside of the net there. But Petizian, he does have a very, very, very good glove hand, and if I'm the Bulls, I'm taking note of that, and maybe Kersey and Simmer will hear this one in between periods and pass it on to the boys. Keep it away from his glove, shoot low, bank him off, outstick him in front, and keep pushing this pile.
Greg, I know you goaltenders are odd characters. Every break, media break we've had, every time there's been a long stoppage of play, Matt Petizian has stepped at about 10 foot from the goalie crease, taken a left knee, and just sat there on a left knee. You want to explain that to me?
Jody, different people do different things, and from a coaching standpoint, if I'm down there and I'm behind Huntsville's bench, I'm looking down there and I'm saying, guys, just don't talk to him. Leave him alone, doing what he's doing. And like I said, not what I did. I used to like to get out there and spin around in both corners, and
I've seen some goaltenders go from board to board to board to board. I've seen some, just like you said, skate around, but I've never seen somebody just go ahead and take a knee like they're taking a rest after doing sprints or something. But that's exactly what he's doing. But I will say this. I've been impressed with Matt Petizian for Huntsville, especially as a rookie. Let's be honest, he's kept the game close. He's kept the game tied. Several opportunities Birmingham could have taken the lead, but he stopped them.
Absolutely. With the Bulls here out shooting them 23-13, and a couple of those 13s were, dump-ins by Huntsville that counted. But of those 23 shots, I mean, Petizian here, he has made some big saves to keep him in there. And, I don't know, pick a goaltender last year outside of Gorsuch, and you know what I mean? that the Bulls should be up by at least 2.
Yeah.
I would say right now.
You're
It
right.
should be a 3-1 game
I agree
anyway.
100%. It should be 3-1 right now, but he's kept it close. He's kept a tie game. I mean, for a youngster, I say youngster, I sound like an old man, but for a rookie, he's held his own.
Oh yeah, and you can see like right out there, he's just sitting in there. And he kind of reminds me a little bit of Ken Dryden back in the old days.
That's a big statement right there.
No, what I'm talking about is how Dryden came out and he would put his hands on top of his stick. But that was Dryden.
Routines, right?
That's it. And that, to me, is kind of what Dryden does. But the composure and how he just sits out there, meditating, whatever it is, yoga, I don't know, but that's how he's played, very composed.
Off the draw, Derek Pearl takes it for Huntsville. We're under 4.5 to go, second period. Score tied at 1. Far boards, Phil Elkstam loses it. The Huntsville takes it in their own zone, sets it up for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald hit on the play, loose puck at center ice, picked up by McTavish, but Dylan Johnson was still in the Huntsville zone, so offside is called on the Bulls. I'm very impressed with Jeff Solo, the newcomer. I'm impressed with what I've seen Dylan Peters do defensively and with the body, but McGregor Sinclair's had a heck of a hockey game. It's not shown on the scoreboard, but he's really came to play hockey. Off the draw, Huntsville has it. Derek Pearl behind his own net. Dylan Johnson on him. McTavish gives him a little love tap as he clears the zone. Jeff Solo back quickly to pick it up for Birmingham. And an icing is called on Huntsville. Will come back into their zone.
Oh, yeah. Just building up off what you were saying, Jody. Gervais, these new guys, every guy that's coming in, it's like, hey, they are complimenting very well the core of the Bulls that have returned, and we talked about what are those pieces to the puzzle that you need to have a successful season, and it looks like Bulls coaches have done a great job finding these guys.
No kidding. We very well could be looking at the 2 top teams in this league this year for all I know. The puck wasn't a slot for Gervais. It bounces off his stick. He couldn't control. Comes free as Wiesner with a shot save made. Gloved, he dropped it, lost him momentarily, but Huntsville gets control and clears the zone. Good chance there for Wiesner. Petizian had the save. Birmingham brings it right back in. This Drake Glover is in front for Wiesner. His shot goes well wide and high. Peters has it now near side, down low. It's played off the stick of Glover. Reginato there for Huntsville along with Fitzgerald, still being fought for along the near boards, comes free for Dylan Peters for Birmingham. Peters whips it around the net, picked up by Derek Pearl. Gervais on him. Gervais gets the puck for McTavish. A shot, a weak one goes wide. McTavish is on rebound, tried to wrap around, but a nice defensive play by Fitzgerald keeps that from getting to Petizian. Now Peters, look out, he could have been a penalty there. He takes down his man from behind, but it wasn't a cross-check, so play continues on. 3 minutes to go here in the second period. Birmingham, Huntsville tied at 1. Chase Carter plays it around the far boards. Kilcheski has it, sends one for Fuss. He couldn't control it. He was right in front of Hayden Stewart. Puck loose along the near side now. Sent ahead by Birmingham. There's Dylan Johnson. Dylan Johnson has Rose with him. Johnson backhand save made. Loose puck along the corner. Rose tries to get a backhander out in front, but gains control far corner. Rose with the puck. Looking for a place to go. Dylan Johnson has it. A good centering pass, but right onto the stick of Henderson, and they clear the zone for Huntsville. Now a whistle blows offside, I guess, is going to be the call. I didn't see any Bulls in the zone, though.
Well, I tell you what, I like this high-pressure offense that the Bulls are doing here, and you saw Colatarsi there on the blue line, stepping in when that puck came up the wall, was going down, looking to get pucker body there on the winger coming up.
Penalty, 2 minutes for too many men on the ice.
That's why the whistle blew. Too many men on the ice for Birmingham at 17:39. That's one you don't want to see. That's the penalty that doesn't involve play, and that's not ever a good penalty to take in any situation at any time.
Well, especially this late in the game when you've been carrying the game the way that the Bulls have been here for the last 10 minutes. And now all
their
of a
shots
sudden,
on goal as well. And here we go. Drake Glover along with Carson Rose out for Birmingham. Jeff Solo And Ryan Romeo to chill the penalty. Look out, centering path. They tried to clear the zone. Came right into the slot. Huntsville keeps it alive. Jake Fuss has it. Tried to set it up for Carter Colthorpe. Loose along the boards. Still being fought for. And Carson Rose, that is, clears. Wiesner comes out along with Brierly for Birmingham. A minute and a half to go in this power play. Their second of the night for Huntsville. Elkstam gives it for Jake Fuss. Gets past McTavish, drops it back. There's a shot taken there by Pearl high. Now the puck bounces. Here we go. Matt Wiesner gives it for McTavish. McTavish 2-on-2. Sinks a shot, save made. Rebound loose. And the net comes off the mooring as Pearl backed into a good shorthanded opportunity there by Birmingham's McTavish. Just couldn't close the deal.
Great job there by McTavish, and you can see what the Bulls are trying to do now. They've had Teasian down there one-on-one all alone with him. He's making the saves when he can see the puck. So you saw McTavish pull the puck into his feet and actually use Pearl as a defensive screen, put it through him, and you saw what happened there. Teasian made the save, but it wasn't a clean save, and the puck dropped, and there was a rebound there. It turned into a scramble.
Face off just outside the Huntsville blue line, controlled by the Bulls. They'll lift one deep. Back in the Huntsville zone. It's played by Phil Elkstam. Gives it up to Reginato. Cole Reginato with the puck. Circles away from Dylan Johnson. Pokes it free though. Johnson without his stick. Kicks it. Good play. Hustling by Dylan Johnson. Deep into the Huntsville zone to kill a few more seconds off this penalty. Now Kilcheski for Huntsville. Clears the zone. They'll come into center ice. Backhands one deep. Clark giving chase. Brierly with him. Kyle Clark tries to set it up out front for Reginato. He'll keep it alive. Now Brierly catches up with it first. Phil Elkstam takes it away from him. Now it's still loose at their feet. Behind the net of Hayden Stewart, who watches to see what happened. Carson Rose comes straight to him before he hurries. It's a 3-on-2 short-handed break. Carson Rose gets the blue line, takes the shot, goes high and wide. He ripped it past him, but it was high. Down to 34 seconds remaining in the period as Chase Carter kills a little bit more time, but he lost it right into the glove of Kilcheski. But offside is the call as Eric Henderson was in ahead of the play with 26.7 seconds remaining in the second period. 5 seconds left, and the penalty for 2 minutes on ice being served by Scott Donahue.
And I tell you what, for the Bulls, with this 5 seconds here left on the kill, coming out in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This will be a huge 20 seconds to get out of here, kill this off, and then see what you can do in the last 20. But good period to come in, and even getting out of this one tied would be good.
Off the draw, controlled by Huntsville. That's Matt Doran. Gives it for Jake Fuss. Fuss can't get it past Tarsi, who backhands one clear. Birmingham's Donahue is back on the ice. We're back at full strength. Now Tarsi rips one along the near boards. It's going to go all the way down, and icing will be called on the Bulls with 9.7 seconds remaining here in the second period of play.
And oddly enough there is the Bulls return to the ice from that ruckus back there with the 2 double fights. Huntsville didn't have anybody in the box. I wonder if they're both underneath.
All right, here we go. Carter Colthorpe on the draw for Huntsville along with Troy McTavish for Birmingham. Huntsville won the draw, but Donahue comes away with the puck. Scott Donahue can't get it around one. Poke loose in the slot, and that'll do it. As the horn goes, the whistle sounds, and we're through with 40 minutes of play here in front of a really nice crowd in Birmingham for opening night. 2 in-state rivals going at it, and it's as close as the score indicates. Birmingham won, Huntsville won at the end of 2 periods of play. All right, we'll take a break. Stay with us. Next 20 minutes will be fun, and it'll decide who wins this game. I have a feeling something's going to give. Too many opportunities for Birmingham, and the rookies coming up sound right now in net, Petitian, but we'll see what happens here in the third period. All right, Jody Chernesky here along with Greg Dreveny. Stay with us at the end of 2 periods of play. Birmingham won, Huntsville won. You're listening to Birmingham Bulls Hockey. Okay, hello again, everyone. Listen, we're working through some technical difficulties. If you're listening on the stream, please send us through a chat. Greg Drebany will be able to read it. I'm not sure exactly what's coming through and what's not coming through. It is opening night. Anything can happen. But send us a message of what you're hearing, what you're not hearing, what you're seeing if you're watching, and what you're not seeing. It would help out tremendously. Thanks a lot.
This is a shout out to the professional tailgaters, game day grillers, and potluck pros. Whether you bake it, smoke it, stack it, or melt it, there's nothing more important than how you cook up your team spirit while serving it with an ice cold Coca-Cola, Coke Zero Sugar, or Coke Life. We may not all agree on the best game day foods, but when you serve your meals with a Coke, you know you've got yourself a winner. Enjoy an ice cold Coca-Cola at the Birmingham Bulls game. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling.
Jody Chinesky back along with Greg Drebany here at the Pelham Civic Complex. Birmingham and Huntsville, a great opening night contest in front of a better crowd. Almost full here. It's been an exciting night. 1-1 the score at the end of 2 periods of play. As Birmingham trying to start the season off with a couple of points. Both goaltenders had a really good night thus far. Birmingham outshooting Huntsville almost by a 2-1 margin. Birmingham 27 shots on goal to Huntsville's 14. But to their credit, goaltender Matt Petizian, a rookie out of a Division III college in New York, has really showed out. He's played well. A lot of younger players from Birmingham, including McGregor Sinclair and Keyshawn Gervais has as well. It's been a really nice night for the youngsters. Off the draw, we're back to action. Third period underway. That solo check by Phil Ingstall. Played behind the Bulls net, comes near side. Gervais there, he's hit by Bussell. Puck comes free for Birmingham, they'll clear it far side. Solo there for Birmingham, wraps one off the boards behind the net, played by Petizian himself. Romeo keeps it in. Sees it near side, out of the reach of Dowler. Reginato can't get it out. Birmingham keeps it in. That's Larson there. Taken away from him by Dowler. Now Procopio has it. Checked by Gervais. Birmingham picks the loose puck up. Bouncing in on Petizian. He can't control it. But Huntsville does. Behind the net. Can't clear. Brierly for Birmingham. Far side pass. Peters, the shot goes wide. Now Reginato clears off the boards. Backhands one in. McTavish will pick it up for Birmingham. For Brierly. Taylor Brierly circles near side. He'll start the play for Birmingham. Gets away from Doug Ingstall. Kocheski has it. Played there behind the net for Dorn. Huntsville has it. They'll lift it into center ice and skate away. Colthorpe has it just inside the Bulls' blue line. Sends one behind the net of Hayden Stewart. Picked up by Huntsville near side. Centering pass can't get through. Kocheski with a shot. Poked away by Peters wide, and he'll have control there. Look out. Dangerous pass right out in front of Stewart, but Dylan Johnson comes away with the puck for Birmingham. He loses it off his stick. Now Johnson delivers a hit. Huntsville still has the puck, though. Now Birmingham starting to throw their weight around. Drake Glover has it. Rose in ahead of the play, and offside will be called on the Bulls. Birmingham starting to bang the bodies, Greg.
Absolutely. Just one too many moves there by Glover with Rose busted in across the blue line. Tried to pull it back, a little dipsy-do to avoid a hit. Huntsville D stepped up on him there, and Rose just went offside by about a foot. But yeah, the Bulls definitely came out here in the third period, and they're finishing their checks, getting the puck deep, and this is where they had their success.
Back to action. Huntsville controls the draw. Fitzgerald, checked by Carter, goes down. Loose puck picked up by Joey Kolatarski. Wraps it around the far boards, but not out. Now puck sent in. Never made it through to Stewart. Now Pearl with a slap shot blocked by Carter. He felt that as his left leg still ouching, but he gets control of the puck behind the net. Has it. Chase Carter tries to get it out. Can't. Fitzgerald keeps it in, but look out. Here comes Birmingham 2-on-1. Has Glover with the puck. Can't get it across. Takes the rebound. And the shot goes wide by Kozarev. Glover and Kozarev had an opportunity, but a good defensive play by Huntsville. Now in front, Glover with a shot. Another one goes high and wide. Carson Rose has it behind. Played for Kozarev. Now Glover sends one in front, taken away by Henderson, and Huntsville clears the zone. Good scoring chance there by Birmingham. Quickly, Jeff Soler brings it right back in. 1-on-3, a shot, a big one, save made. Rebounds goes wide. Birmingham storing their weight around and buzzing right now. Now Gervais has it. Gives it for Wiesner, far side. Behind the net is played by Sinclair. McGregor Sinclair takes the puck, looks for a place to go, circles in the slot, spins the shot, save is made, rebound, comes free for Pearl. McGregor Sinclair takes it away, has the puck, looking for a wraparound, wasn't there, gives it for Solo. Return for Sinclair. Down low is play, Wiesner couldn't tap it in, it just went wide. Now behind the net, Birmingham takes control there, centering pass in front. Gervais couldn't get it in. Off the board, just played by Fitzgerald, and he'll clear the zone. Solo once again wasting no time. He just spins and turns and skates. Now it's taken by Gervais, looking for Wiesner. Bounces off his stick, taken away. And back comes Elkstown. Doug Elkstown had it momentarily in the Bull zone, loses it. Gervais gives it up. And back comes Birmingham, stopped by Petizian, behind his own net. Now we have a drummer in front of us. This ought to be real fun to listen to the rest of the game, Greg. Huntsville brings it into the zone. Drops it down low. Looking for a centering pass for Colthorpe, couldn't connect. Loose puck in the zone in the middle ice area, right in front of the Bulls bench, sent back in by Huntsville. Now Peters has it for McTavish. Off the board, just played by Donahue. Scott Donahue gives it up. In the middle, shot taken, blocked by the Huntsville defense. And they'll take it, try to clear. Johnson doing a good job taking Doug Elkstown down, as Elkstown down. Birmingham has control of the puck, near side. Taylor Bartley back behind the net, plays it for Birmingham for Peters off the boards. Glover. Back for Kozarev, who rips it around the board. Behind the net is played. Donahue loses it. Carter, good job keeping it in for Birmingham. Tarsi sends a shot. Save is made. Rebound goes to the far corner. Birmingham putting the pressure on. Chase Carter saves it. Donahue behind his net. Bounces over his stick. Drake Glover plays it behind the net. Good check there by Kozarev. Loose puck picked up by Kozarev. Now he's hit on the play by Kolcheski. Whistles blow. I believe they're going to get Kolcheski on what may be a roughing call, but the whistle blew.
Yeah, Kozarev, this little guy, 5'8", but I tell you what, he got back down there and had a great hit on number 28. That's Bucell. And Bucell's been a difference maker out there, but doing the job down low in his defensive zone. Kozarev hit him with a clean hit, but I don't know if
They've sent off Kozarev. Now they're discussing if there's going to be another call, but Kozarev's the only one in the box at this point. I did not catch the call. Now Procopio's going to go as well. Linesman will skate over and discuss it now in front of the Bulls bench.
Well, by the way Bucell just went off and through the Huntsville bench and down underneath the hallway.
Okay, I missed that.
It looked like he was holding his elbow, so it could have been an equipment malfunction. Because like I said, Kozarev's 5'8".
Yeah, he's
He sells a pretty big guy, and he's stout out there. He's been hit all night, and for that hit to hurt him like that it's really odd to see.
Procopio, I thought was skating in the box, but I forgot he is the captain. He's just waiting along the circle there in front of the box itself, along with Carson Rose, to get an explanation. Tonight's attendance, 3,749, a really good crowd, almost capacity, Greg. Almost capacity for this game. There are some Huntsville fans in attendance, but this is a Birmingham crowd, and they've been excited all night. They've been treated to a very good hockey game. And if you're listening at home, you should be here. Next Birmingham home game will be Saturday night, the 28th. But let's get through this one first.
7, Nikita Kozarev, 2 minutes for elbow. Number 7, Nikita Kozarev, 2 minutes for the elbow.
So Kozarev is the lone call. He gets the call for elbowing. That call comes at 5:22.
I mean, I get it, but...
Well, why did it take so long to figure that out with the referee?
Well, because
Come on.
It was a scenario, Jody, that the referee, to actually make that call, there were too many bodies in front of him for what was going on in the corner. He didn't see the hit behind the net. I think what he did is he went back and asked his other officials, and together that's the call that they came up with. But in my opinion, pull up the replay, because that's not a
Well, you know what? I fault the owners of, I got to be careful. There should be 4 officials out on the ice, not 3, and that's what we have in this league. All right, third power play tonight for Huntsville. They're 0 for 2. Famous last words, I should not have said that. Off the draw, Huntsville controls. Elkstam has it. Doug drops it back for Pearl. He wasn't expecting it. It gets past him and back into the Huntsville zone. Who whacks at it as Carson Rose was bearing down, and it goes into the crowd of play, so the faceoff will be in the Huntsville zone. 14:21 to go, third period.
Great effort there by Carson Rose on that, with Pearl coming back. Carson Rose on the forecheck, pushed it out on the kill. You're down a man. Beat Pearl to the pocket, forced him to just take a whack at it, creamed up over the glass. But once again, there's Carson Rose showing up defensively here for the Bulls on the kill. And I don't know that we saw him that much on the kill last year.
No, you're right. A lot of the Bulls are playing a little differently this year. They're more defensive, or at least their own zone oriented. I won't call it defensive hockey yet, but they are more aware of what's happening in their own zone and killing the opportunities. As you can see, 14 shots on goal, all Huntsville has been able to muster so far.
Oh, absolutely. And part of that, Jody, is when you're pressuring them and you're finishing your checks in the offensive zone and you're finishing your checks in the defensive zone, guys don't want to play against that all night. So if there's a hard rim around the boards and their D gets it on the blue line, instead of skating it up the wall like they might have did last year, they're just happy to shoot it back into the Bull zone and not have to go in up against it, because they know they're going to get hit below the tops of the circles in both zones.
Well, I know things change throughout the season. This is game 1 of 56, but to me, both these teams appear very evenly matched, and there's going to be some really, really entertaining hockey between these two teams throughout the year. Off the draw, Huntsville still on the power play for another minute and a half. Has control. Elkstam brings it in. Puts the brakes on far corner. Drops it back. Colthorpe gives it to Pearl. Pass is blocked away, but didn't clear the zone. Now Elkstam has it down low. Centering pass goes through the crease. Colthorpe keeps it alive for Huntsville. Walks into the face-off dot. Back it goes to the blue line for Pearl, who drops it back for Fuss. For Elkstam, his shot whistled wide. Huntsville gaining control of the zone. They haven't given it up yet in the Bull zone. 13:39 to go. A minute left in the power play. Fuss sends a shot. Goes wide. Huntsville will keep it in. Doug Elkstam has it. McTavish was on him. Couldn't get it free. Jake Fuss, far boards for Huntsville. Drops it. Called by Colthorpe. Birmingham draped on him. Colthorpe still with it. Tried to whistle one, is blocked away, and Chase Carter has it. He's winded her. He could skate away along with McTavish. He just decides to put the brakes on, kills some penalty, drops it back in his own zone. Smart play by Chase Carter. Birmingham still with it. Carson Rose skating this time away on the power play. turns and spins, fires one down, stopped by Petizian, and with a bull bearing down on him, Drake Glover, he holds on. There'll be a face-off in the Huntsville zone. So, again, more time off the clock on this power play for Huntsville.
Real smart move there by Carson Rose, pulling the puck back, dumped it all the way down the ice. Didn't just dump it to dump it, but intentionally put it up in the air, makes the goalie catch it, and then that forces a draw down here for Birmingham in Huntsville's zone.
15 seconds to go on the power play for Huntsville, 12:50 in the period. Tied at 1, Kilcheski has it, sends it away for Kyle Clark. He can't get away from Solo. Good check by Solo. We're down to 5 seconds of the power play. Carson Rose has it. He'll skate away through neutral ice. Has Glover with him. Puts the brakes on, turns, spins, looking for Weaves. This shot went through the crease. Solo down low. Played in front, looking for Rose was Glover. He couldn't get the pass through. On the far boards. Puck contested there. Thorne for Huntsville. He has it for a moment, loses it. Carson Rose takes a shot, blocker saved by Petizian. Solo turns and spins. That one goes wide behind the net. Romeo keeps it alive momentarily, at least Dorn picks it up. He loses it for McGregor Sinclair down low. There's Gervais. Shot goes through the crease. Back at the point, Solo. He takes it, Gervais with a deflection in front, save made, loose puck. Sinclair couldn't get it through, and the puck comes free to the near side. Big scoring chance by the wayside for Birmingham. McGregor Sinclair, along with Keyshawn Gervais, working their magic, just couldn't get it. Now Gervais with a shot, blocked by the defense, puck comes free to the near side. Elkstam tries to get it away, can't. Now he'll skate it through center ice, picked up there by Huntsville's Henderson. Shot goes wide, off the side of the net, banks off the far side for Procopio. Both teams at full and even strength. Score tied at 1, 11 minutes, 10 seconds to go. A deflection in front by Henderson, loose puck in front of Hayden Stewart, comes free. Phil Elkstam has it for Huntsville. Now they're putting the pressure on. Played at the point, Procopio can't keep it in and alive, and it comes outside in the neutral zone. There's Gervais for Birmingham. He had it, I don't know why he didn't send it down, but he drops it back. Birmingham defensively has it, and there's Peters, sends it into the far corner. Played by the Bulls, back at the point. Shot taken, save made in the midsection there by Petizian, and he holds on as Dylan Peters was taken down in front. He has something to say to Dominic Procopio, and as they skate back to their respective benches.
Great job there by the Bulls, working the puck up high on the blue line. And you saw all the commotion created because Gervais saw as that puck was coming in from the Bulls defense, he cuts to the net, drives through there, forces Petizian to do something with the rebound, and all kinds of commotion in front.
There's Kolatarsi, slaps one a pass, like a slap shot pass, basically off the boards, almost connected, but didn't. Puck along the far boards, now controlled by Huntsville, and they'll clear the zone. 10.5 to go, third period, tied at 1. Chase Carter with the puck in the Bull zone. He sends it ahead, now Birmingham. There's Dylan Johnson, skates free in the corner. Fitzgerald takes it away from him. And Doug Elkstam sends it up through center ice. A good pass intercepted there by Kolatarsi, and Birmingham now with the puck. Chase Carter with it, near boards. Looking for Donahue, got away from him, and icing will be called on the play as Carter's pass gets by Donahue. 10:07 to go, third period of play.
Everybody, Jody, doing a great job on the Bulls, moving their feet. They're attacking, they're pursuing, they're relentless on Huntsville, especially down deep in their zone. And the Bulls are just waiting here. Get one more past Petizian and keep applying that pressure.
Puck drop near side. Still loose. McTavish fights for it. Now it gets into the corner. Birmingham in danger here. There's Elkstam. Looks for Clark. Elkstam still with the puck. Drops it back at the point. There's Dorn with a shot. Goes wide. Donahue with it. Can't get it out. Kilcheski keeps it in. Now Elkstam has it bounce over his stick. Look out. Dylan Johnson had a chance. Elkstam held him up. Held his stick, but got away with it. Puck comes free for Petizian, and he pounces on it and holds on for a faceoff.
And I tell you what, that kind of a second effort there by Johnson That's exactly what the Bulls need here. When the going gets tough, you just got to keep pushing your way up the mountain till you can see over the top, and then it's all downhill from there. But got to like the effort that you're seeing here, the intensity, the one-on-one puck battles, and the Bulls, they're never say die. You know, you call them the puck hounds. Loose pucks, right now the Bulls are pulling it up, and you know, you see Huntsville get control of the puck down there in the Bull zone, and they're moving it around, and some of those crazy bounces. Hayden Stewart's having to stay sharp down there and making some tough saves through traffic to keep the Bulls in this one and tied at 1 here with 9:37.
You get the feeling, though, Greg, that as longer this game goes on, Birmingham out shooting Huntsville by 20 shots, that this game's starting to lean towards Huntsville a little bit. I mean, they've been outplayed, I won't say most part, but, I mean, the shots are what they are. And we've both talked about Petizian keeping them at least to a tie game instead of a 2-goal deficit. I don't know. It just seems to be a precarious situation for Birmingham. Off the draw, Birmingham controls, but they backhand one deep into their own zone. Stewart out of his net to play it. He leaves it for Ryan Romeo. Rose takes a big hit. Look out. That was a low hit, too, on his legs. I do not like to see that. Birmingham, he didn't even have the puck. That's classic interference. Now Glover with a shot from the slot goes high and wide. I missed who it was that delivered the hit on Rose, but that is not what you want to see. I won't call it dirty, but it is dangerous. Solo with the puck in his own zone. He's hounded there by Kyle Clark, who takes the puck away. Now puck being fought for. Romeo comes in to help. Kyle Clark there along with Jeff Solo as well. Still loose at their skates. Now Clark has it. He spins it around the far boards. Procopio sends it right back in. Henderson has it. He loses it to McGregor Sinclair, who skates away through center ice. Sinclair has Larson with him. Gives it up to Larson. A shot goes high and wide. They're trying to hit that top corner, but that's not an easy shot to make, Greg. That's just a pinpoint shot. Sometimes they just want him to hit the net. Now comes Huntsville with a shot. Nice save there by Stewart as Doug Elksdown had a shot. Here comes Gervais. 3 men on him. Tries a toe drag. Didn't work. Taken away by Jake Fuss. His pass is errant, but Colthorpe was there to pick it up. Dylan Peters on him. Loose puck around the near boards. In front looking for Pearl. Taken away by Birmingham. There's Gervais. Taps it through center ice. Taylor Brierley, far side pass for Dylan Johnson. Sends one in front, easily sticked aside by Petizian. McTavish has it in near boards, hit from behind, no call. Made by Colthorpe there, another hit. That's 2 calls right there that go uncalled. And, wow. Now McTavish returns the favor, gives a good clean check there to Fitzgerald. Wiesner has it for Birmingham, skates it in. If they're not careful, this game's going to turn dirty. That's how you lose control of the game. Bussell has it. Off the stick of Kozarev into the Bull zone it goes. They'll call icing. Although this puck did hit Kozarev, it'll come back. I'm telling you, Greg, that's 2 calls there that should have been made that weren't. And with a player like Gervais and Peters on the ice, look, if you're not going to police it, they will.
Well, and that's exactly what you're seeing here. And you saw McTavish. You call it taking the law into your own hands, and that's basically what he did on the payback right there on Pearl. And, you know, if you hadn't seen the 2 hits on Birmingham in that same play previously to that, you know, you would have thought McTavish was doing something he shouldn't.
I just wonder how much a 4th official would solve this problem. Rose takes the loose puck, backhanded, goes well wide of the net, played by Birmingham, far corner. There, a shot goes wide, but the rebound comes right in front. Rose couldn't control it. Free behind the net. Picked up by Rose. Off the boards for Chase Carter. Carter fakes a shot. Sends it right back behind the net where Kozarev is there. He loses it. Phil Inkstown loses it. Chase Carter has it. Carter with a wrister goes wide. Rebound comes far side. Kozarev couldn't get a stick on it. Loose puck comes through the crease. Matt Dorn is there for Huntsville, and he'll skate away. Lifts it into the Bull zone. Now Bussell and Carter tangle with each other. Both go into the boards. Birmingham comes away with the puck. Glover clears the zone. Colatarsi has it, gives it up for Chase Carter. Return for Colatarsi, 6 minutes, 10 seconds to go, third period, score tied at 1. McGregor Sinclair winding through center ice. He has it. McGregor Sinclair takes a shot off the right shoulder of Petizian. Puck comes all the way back out to center ice. And a shot by Solo to get it back in the Huntsville zone, clears the boards and glass into the stands and out of play.
And two things to note on that last play, Jody. Number one was the effort by Chase Carter down there after getting tied up, and both players went just out of control into the boards. Carter, laying on his back, still has the wherewithal to kick that puck around away from danger.
Off the draw, Birmingham controls. Wiesner tipped it, tried to get it deep. Dowler kept that from happening. The puck is live there, far side in front. That was Buster Larson with a shot. Solo takes the deflected pass, behind the net, played by McGregor Sinclair. Solo plays it back. Buster Larson has it, far corner. Nobody in front or nowhere to go, and loses the puck as Kyle Clark for Huntsville skates away. 5.5 left. Third period, score tied at 1. Great hockey game tonight here in Pelham. Bulls clear the zone. Fitzgerald has it. He gives it to Derek Pearl, near side through center ice, deflected by Fisher into the Bulls zone as Huntsville changes lines. Wholesale change, defensive pair as well for Huntsville. Birmingham, McTavish deflects one right in high on goaltender Matt Petizian, who loves it and holds on, so a faceoff will come to his left in the Huntsville zone.
You can see with Petizian, Jody, everything that seems to hit him from the waist up, there's no rebounds whatsoever, but everything low and on the ice, on the net or off the net, even to the side, that's when the Bulls are getting the rebounds. So let's get some low off-pad rebounds here and bang one home.
Off the draw, Huntsville controls in the ruin zone. They'll lift it through center ice. Glove there by the Bulls. Donahue has it now at the center ice stripe. Scott Donahue, that may be offside. It was, as McTavish was just a step ahead. You know, I'm going to go back to something. We talked earlier about Zach Masson getting hurt the first or second game he was back with Birmingham. Got up, skated on, finished the game, and then the rest of the season, albeit hurt, he didn't know it. That play early on Carson Rose, where he was hit low, his legs were flying out from under him. You don't know if Rose is hurt or not. You know he's got adrenaline flowing, so he'll finish this game unless it was major. But if something happens, and we learn later on that Rose is injured, I'll come back to that play right there, and I'll look straight at the Zebras and say, that's your fault. They should have made the call.
Well, and that's one, and we'll see. And I haven't seen Rose back since that hit, Cody, so it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, right about the 9.
Oh boy.
The 9 and change mark there, the third period, that will be one that I think the coaching staff may come back and look at that one.
Well, the rule is if the coaches don't send, look, referees, there's 3 of them. A lot of things go on the ice, you miss things. I get it. But the coaches have to send any complaint or any film in within 24 hours. And if not, there's nothing can be done. They can request Doug Price to look at it, though, if they send the clip in. I don't know. Brierly has the puck, wraps one off the far boards. Behind that it comes. Donahue giving chase, beats Pearl to the puck. Near corner, Donahue comes out with it. Puts the brakes on, gives it up for McTavish. McTavish off the far boards. Shot taken, didn't get through. McTavish takes that deflected puck, turns and fires, but couldn't get it on in Birmingham. Taylor Barley has it in his own zone as Huntsville cleared. We're under 5 to go, 4.5. Left in the third period, still tied at 1. Next goal wins, in my opinion. Offside to call on Birmingham. If not, I don't know what else will. Both teams are fighting for the goals, but it's not easy to come by tonight.
Well, it's one of those things, Jody, in this type of game, kind of what you were mentioning earlier and what you're feeling. It's almost like, are the Bulls going to put one through the wall down there, or is Huntsville going to score one like the first one? That's just a fluky bounce, whatever.
They're out shooting Huntsville 40-18 yet. Only 1 goal. Taylor Barley is on blue line, deflected into the Huntsville zone by Glover. Dowler sends it far side, but Kozarev was there. He'll back pass. Birmingham still with control. Now down low. It's played in front. Peters had a whack at it, but he couldn't get a stick on the puck. Barley keeps it in. Procopio far side. Rose giving chase as well. Catch there first. But he put it right on the stick of Procopio. Can't get it out. Rose takes it away from him, and Batizian has seen enough. He'll cover up and try another face-off. 3:44 to go, third period. Score tied at 1.
Great hand-eye coordination there by Rose. Huntsville looking to dump it out of the zone. Just tried to chip it out, 4 feet off the ice to clear the blue line, and Rose knocked that one down just like a baseball bat. A little bunt situation, dropped it down, made a quick pass in. The Bulls got an opportunity to put the puck on net.
Face off to the left. Petizian controlled by the Bulls. That's Gervais. Keyshawn Gervais with it still near corner. He's hassled there. Puck comes free. Tarsi sends one well wide of the net. Gervais has it. Gives it for Wiesner. He'll send it to the point to Tarsi. A shot goes wide. Gervais had a whack at it, but it goes behind the net. Spin move there by Tarsi. Never made it through. Here comes Huntsville. Reginato banks one off the boards. Good play by Tarsi to keep it out of the slot. Now Birmingham had a chance there for Gervais, but intercepted by Huntsville, and Phil Elkstam sends it deep. Now Elkstam and McGregor Sinclair pushing and shoving. Birmingham's Tarsi has it. Off the stick of the Bulls, and it bounced into the Huntsville zone, and an icing will be called. Face-off comes up back in the Bulls zone. You don't want to take there's 2:54 to go in a time hockey game that you've outplayed your opponent pretty much for the whole night. The last thing you want to do is take a penalty out of frustration, but I can almost sense something about to happen.
Well, it's one of those things where the Bulls are moving their feet. They're throwing everything but the kitchen sink at.
Off the draw, Huntsville controls. Chase Carter blocks the shot. Now, penalty. You got to be kidding me. They're going to call Chase Carter for a trip that he didn't even touch the guy. His stick did, and he lets these other calls go. Come on, I've had enough. That's terrible call. Terrible call.
Wow.
2:46 to go, and he sends somebody off for a chintzy play like that. He went down on his own. He was trying to draw the penalty, Greg.
That was pretty weak. Come here.
Come on. He didn't even put his stick on him, and they called tripping. Look, the guy tried to put his brakes on, and he fell down because he wasn't coordinated enough to stay up, and they called Chase Carter for a penalty?
One hand on his stick, weak play in the corner, didn't want to take a hit to make a play, and the Bulls got a big kill here with 2:46 left in the third.
Okay, here we go. Big penalty kill here. Huntsville with the zone, or the puck in the zone. Derek Pearl sends one, goes wide of Hayden Stewart, but they have the puck alive in the Bull zone. Played back at the point. Pearl has it. They'll send one near face-off circle for Doug Elkstam, who loses it. Good play by Birmingham. They clear the zone. Pearl has the puck there, though, for Huntsville. Gives it up for Colethorpe. Colethorpe takes a big hit there by Solo, loses it, and the puck bounces back to center ice. Doug Elkstam has it. Can't get around Peters. Still not able to get the Birmingham zone. Now finally they do. Deep it goes. Henderson had it. Gives it up. Near side. Kyle Clark. Down low. Doug Elkstam walks out in front. Save made. Rebound comes to the near side, and Birmingham clears the zone. Dangerous play. A minute 48 to go. A minute 2 left in the power play for Huntsville.
Two big saves there by Hayden Stewart on the initial shot and the rebound there.
Now here comes Huntsville's Kyle Clark. Sees it into the near corner. Bussell giving chase along with Briley. Bussell catches up with it first. Kochevsky has it. Just inside the blue line, deflection, score. Chop that one up to the referee, Greg. I don't care who hears you. That's ridiculous. Power play goal by Huntsville with 1:28 to go in the third period. That is unbelievable.
And that's it. We talked about it, Jody. Just something odd that's going to be the difference maker to give Huntsville an opportunity to get back in this one. And you just saw it right there. Just a little weak shot through traffic, but like you said, Bulls never should have been in a situation to be shorthanded this late in the game.
How do you call a penalty like that on a 1-1 hockey game with less than 3 minutes to go when the guy simply just fell down because somebody was on him? And it results, as usual, in a difference in the game. Unless Birmingham can turn it around, trailing 2-1 with a minute and a half to go. We'll keep an eye on Hayden Stewart as we're back to play. Puck picked up by Gervais. Clark takes it away from him, and back in the Bull zone the puck goes. Solo plays it around the near side for Ryan Romeo. He's hit by Bussell. Now Solo has it behind Stewart. Walks out in front of Stewart. Hayden Stewart inches out of his crease. A minute to go in the game as Stewart comes to the bench. Birmingham has the extra attacker on. Derek Poole wraps one off the board. Solo keeps it in. Huntsville clears though as it bounces off his stick. Fisher seems to puck the length of the ice. I'm probably going to get in trouble for how I handled that penalty and goal, Greg, but I'm just calling it like I see it. I'm trying to be honest.
Well, that's it. That's it, Jody. I can't blame you on that one because, like I said, you nailed it. And for what we saw here in the third period, like you said, if the boys are going to get to play, let the boys play. But you don't take this kind of a game and make that kind of a call that, with under 3 minutes left in a game, that's pretty weak considering what we've seen down here at the other end and some of the abuse and punishment that the Bulls have been taking and pushing through it. And, hey, it's a great hockey game.
Yeah, but that kind of a play ruins a great hockey game.
Absolutely.
I feel so frustrated right now after enjoying the hockey game that I just saw. For it to come to that, it's just, listen, the people who need to be noticed the most on the ice are the referees. You need to let the guys decide the game. Tonight the game wasn't decided by the guys that are playing hockey, period.
Well, I know, Jody, you feel cheated.
Yeah,
and I
exactly.
hear you. But the good news is the Bulls have 47.4 seconds here to go in the third. They've got Hayden Stewart pulled. They're going to be 6-on-5 right here, and the refs owe us one.
If there's karma, the score will be 2-2. We'll go to overtime. The Birmingham Bulls deserve an extra life on this one. They did nothing wrong. I got punished for it off the draw. 46 seconds to go. Bulls control. Romeo sees one behind the net. Played out in front. Nobody there. Puck comes free. Kept in by Birmingham's Ryan Romeo. He'll send it far side. Rose has it for Glover. Backhander save. Rebound in front. Right into the midsection. Romeo. And the save made by Petizian. And now the tempers are flaring. Birmingham's feeling the frustration just as I am. And when Petizian makes a save and holds on, Huntsville trying to clear the traffic in front of the rookie netminder, and I don't know. This is my point, though. This is how you lose control of a hockey game, Greg.
Well, and that frustration compacted on how Petizian's been playing.
Yeah.
And then you throw in, having to work through opportunities taken away like that, and that's just unfortunate for the Bulls tonight. But once again, Petizian's still standing on his head, and right now he's the first star of this game.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Off the draw to his right. Loose puck in the corner for Copio for Huntsville, fighting for it. Tried to get it to Henderson and out. Birmingham keeps it in, barely, but down, but still barely keeps it in for the moment. Huntsville clears. 16 seconds to go. That was a big clear by Huntsville. As they take the puck again, lifted high into the air. Taylor Burley has it. 10 seconds to go. Rose tips it in. Down to 5 seconds. Derek Pearl takes it. Takes a hit. Loose puck. That's going to do it. Huntsville. I want to say they win 2-1. That's the way the final score reads. But I want to give that final goal to somebody else. Just wearing a striped shirt, and I can't get over how you make a call like that, Greg, with a 1-1 hockey game, less than 3 minutes to go, and the guy just basically fell down because somebody was on him. Well, and that's the difference in the hockey game.
And I hear you, and I agree with that, Jody, but at the end of the day, the Bulls may have lost on the scoreboard, but I tell you what, I'm very impressed with what I saw tonight. They outshot Huntsville 44-22, doubled them in shots, and that is not something that we've seen in a very long time between a matchup between the Birmingham Bulls and Huntsville, and the Bulls dominated them. Aside from a few minutes here and there where Huntsville, put something together and controlled it, but the Bulls deserved a W tonight.
Yeah, they did.
In the cards.
At the very least, they deserve to get to overtime. But that chance was taken away from them. I'm just going to shut up because I know I'm already in trouble for complaining and saying what I feel. And so if something happens, so be it. I'm not going to lie about things that I see. But, man, it's just a frustrating way to end a great hockey game that was being played.
Absolutely.
Well, there's going to be another game tomorrow night. Birmingham will head to Pensacola and try and get things on track. But I know you've been in the locker room when, I'll just put it this way, the game was taken out of your hands by other elements besides the other team. When you go to that locker room after a game like that, you know it shouldn't have ended the way it did. It's important the way you handle it, but how do you handle this? This is different.
Well, I think you go back and you look at the little things, like the Bulls did have opportunities. What can you clean up? Identify we're not scoring on this guy high, and we got to throw more pucks low.
I agree there.
2-on-1 opportunities. I see them. They practice it in practice. Off the far pad, guy driving in the rebound lane to bang it home. I mean, that's a play. It's done intentionally. Little things like that. And, I think that's all you can do is say, hey, we outplayed them, but the bottom line is we got to stick in that dagger when we got them down, and they just couldn't find a way to get that done tonight.
Well, one thing you talked about early on was the coaching. Craig Simchuk and Kevin Kerr. I feel they have put together the best hockey team that I've seen on the ice so far for Birmingham. Last year we were very good. I see a more complete product on the ice for Birmingham this year, though. It may take a little while for the goals to start coming in, but we just ran into a hot goaltender tonight.
Well, you can tell. The boys just came together, October 10th, so you're 10 days away from these guys even meeting each other.
Yep.
And you can definitely see that Kersey and Simmer have done a great job.
Yep, they have.
And even with these guys, and they're new, and like a guy came in today, and they're still getting better, but the systems that these guys have picked up and what they're doing in the defensive zone and on the penalty kill. We saw 3 different variations of penalty kills that sometimes teams at this level, they have one way they defend on a penalty kill. And the Bulls ran 3 different ones tonight. So, like I said, Simmer and Kersey doing a great job with these guys. And you know what? They just may have more talent to work with this year. And you run it like football, where you don't just have one play in your playbook, because between the coaches and the players, they can put it together and come out with a whole different package that's going to make the Bulls a hard team to beat on any given night this year.
Well, they travel to Pensacola tomorrow night. Birmingham and Pensacola had an exhibition, you'll call it, preseason game, if you will, in Pensacola last week. Birmingham, from what I understand, it wasn't anything to be broadcast or anything, but kind of controlled the play. So I expect them to come out and play hard tomorrow night and bounce back. But, again, I'm just so frustrated, Greg. And I'm too old to care what people think about what I say anymore. But, wow, a great hockey game by 2 clubs that wanted to win, and for it to be decided like that is just, it's like eating sauerkraut on vanilla ice cream. It just tastes bad when you finish,
Unfortunate. You think you got vanilla ice cream in front of you, but you end up and it ends up being sour cream.
Sour taste in your mouth. Okay. Well, listen, game 1 of 56. It's going to be a long season. This is just one of the many. And for both you and I, we have our issues here technically. I'm not sure exactly how this sounded or if it even went out audio-wise, or how it sounded on Flow TV. But we give it our best. We never claim to be professional. We just love the game of hockey. And I hope you that were listening enjoyed it. We'll be back again next Saturday night here in Pelham as the Birmingham Bulls come home for a Saturday night match. Stay with us all year long. Jody Chernisky and Greg Dreveny will bring you all the action we can, and hopefully next time a little bit different outcome. So for Greg Dreveny, Pat Johnson across the way, I'm Jody Chernisky. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time. Birmingham loses game 1 by a score of 2-1.